What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Woody, and guys, this new officer, Selena. Okay, right off the bat, I gotta say, this is some nice set of tits. Sorry, but I can't be the first. I can't be the only one that's noticed that. Like,
Definitely not.
and on top of it, I've noticed like she's got a much skinnier body. If you look at her body, okay, like don't judge me, don't fucking judge me. But if you look at her body, it's nice and skinny. And compared to like Tifa, now Tifa's starting to look like like she's a mom. She's got the waist and stuff. And same with Aeon and same with Alexandria. Now they start to look like they got a waist compared to um, her, nice and skinny. Is it just me?
Turn her around too. Her outfit is quite revealing.
Oh yeah, right. I don't know what to
Getting
say about that.
With the short hair, is it like a white Holly Berry?
I know, right? I know.
white Rihanna.
White Rihanna, I like that. I like that. So, uh, if you look at her, because I think something else is coming. Okay, check this out. We already seen the whole video, but I think there's an Easter egg in this video. If you know what I mean, it's a lot of games will uh, send Easter eggs in those little videos. Okay, look right coming up right here. That's a worm. That's a worm, right? Now, have we or have we not? Have we or have we not asked for bigger level worms, bigger level monsters? We've been asking that for how long? For a while, right?
Yeah.
So we go
You're talking
past.
about like the higher level 30 monsters that we kill?
Well, yeah, like definitely gotta get higher than that because these these 30s, I can literally just send like 50,000 and they're dead. So I mean, anyways, I do like the tattoos. It's good tattoos. If you look at the line, I think there's something messed up with the panther. I'm sorry, the panther, with the animation of it because it's kind of glistening versus
Hey, looks like a hologram or something.
yeah, versus like it doesn't look like hair. Does not look like hair. It looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but if you look at this now, right off the bat, just level one, as soon as you get it, you're going to be getting all troop attack, defense, and HP 2.6. Okay, now imagine that when you get that to 20. Okay, so let's times that. Bonus increase plus 2. So you're looking at, you can get, I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, what, 50, probably more, 50 attack, defense, and HP. Just from that, I'm assuming. Or actually, probably more than that, honestly. I don't want to do the math. I just got off work. We'll just say like 50. We'll just guess and say a 60. We'll just say 60. It'll probably be different, but we'll just say 60 at that. And I think these are all like the same kind of other things that we've seen on all the other drill masters, are the insane training Medici, and then you got the mid range killer and long range killer.
Yeah.
So these are she's based. Wait a minute, you're not seeing any melee killer on that. I'm wondering if this is meant for the melee players, which are like what, maybe 1.5% of the whole game. Probably not, but
Woody,
yeah,
I compared this particular officer to kind of like Saki, because Saki's the only other one that says attack HP defense as the first skill.
yeah,
And because if you look at the other drill officers, they're not a straight attack. It's like a percentage of something, and when something happens and activates,
yeah.
this one's a straight add. Just like Saki is. So I don't know if it goes up to all the way to 50 or 55. Maybe it does 30, somewhere between 30 and 50, right?
Yeah,
For when it's max, I would say. That's my guess.
still 30 and 50. That's not bad. And
Large.
if
Yeah.
you think about, I'm wondering what the unworldly skills might be, because all the other office drill masters, they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a attack boost or possibly an attack reduction. I don't know, but I don't know. I think that there's more. I think there's a lot of stuff uh, that's coming out other than just her, and when of course her little pet, her little cat, her dog, or her cat.
I'm telling you, I think that's be my prediction. I think that panther is gonna be the next Titan or some animal version, a mechanical animal.
I think you might be right. I think you might be right, and I'll tell you why I think that, because I was looking at the other game, the whole War and Order. So they have three. We'll say they're not called Titans, um, but or was it four? They have three or four different. Well, we call it Titans. They call it something else. So
Leidenschaft gehoben. Es ist ein Riesenfest für die Fans, für das Mitteil. Begeisterung für dieses 70-jährige Jubiläum ist ein besonderer Anlass. Unsere Spieler auch in Retro-Kleidern
you guys
eingekleidet
hear him?
spielen. Und darum ich glaube, die Energie, diese
Hey,
positive
Kobox, please mute your mic, brother.
auf dem Feld.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's okay. No problem. I get it. I'm thinking. I think there is going to be mechanical, or not even mechanical. I think there's going to be another Titans coming really soon. Because I mean, if you look at this, there's plenty of room for it on the sides of that. And well, unfortunately, we only got two now. In
Woody.
yeah.
Should I go back to the Titan and go to the skins?
Okay.
Do you know anything what's going on with the one on the third? That's been there for a minute,
Oh, dude, that's been there since this one came out.
Okay.
And this one used to be the same exact thing when this one came out. So I mean, the good thing is they do stack. They do stack. So I mean, this is all we stacked on to whatever one else comes out. But like I said, I'm thinking that there's going to be there'll probably end up being a new Titan before we get this one coming out. I'm hoping. Sorry, we'll go back in there real quick. I'm hoping that we do get this bottom one, this bottom freaking talent. How many people have to wait for that? It's been how long?
Not many.
It's just been. It sucks. It sucks. I swear to God, it sucks.
I think it's just a handful of you guys waiting for it.
Actually, dude, believe it or not, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of 41s out there already. I want to say almost all nations below, what, we'll take a guess, 700, or we'll just say 800. Almost all nations have a 41 in there.
Yeah.
They might not be all max. Don't get me wrong. There are some paper tigers out there, and what I mean by paper tigers are, well, they're 41, but they're really a 35. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we are waiting for that, and especially like for say Ritatichi here, he's waiting for that. I guarantee you that. We've been waiting for years for that one, but it will come. It will come. So when this officer comes out, guys, and she will come, and it's already been promised that. I hope you guys are ready. I hope.
Yeah, there's a countdown on it already.
Yeah, here's a countdown for it already.
Yeah.
Right here. It's like what, 3 days and 11 hours left.
3 days, 11 and a half hours.
Right. And when I say I hope you're ready, you guys better start saving this stuff. The purples envelopes, do not use them right now. Save them. You might only get out of, like, I'm gonna probably have, when I finally actually do it, probably have like 400 of them. I might get maybe 5, but those 5 are definitely gonna help out. And I don't know if they'll slip something else in the regular one envelopes, because I remember when Eric first came out, I had like 150 of these, and I actually got 2 of them, 2 of the Erics, and this one, the regular, the normal recruits, and 5 out of the elite recruits. So that's why I'm saving both. I'm saving both.
I haven't got anything purple on the what do you call it? The left hand envelopes in ages.
Really?
Only green and blues, yeah.
Dude, I get them all the time. I'm not gonna lie, I get them all the time.
In purple, obviously.
Yeah, I'll get Saki out of this side too. No joke.
Wow.
I'm not joking.
That has never happened to me.
Oh man, just give it time. It will happen. I promise you. It's not gonna be like how you get them over here, but you do get them every once in a while out of here. Um, but I like to save these till I get to like 100 or 200 of them, and then just open them all like that.
Yeah, fuck, 200 of them. Different level.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take long to collect them. If I'm being real, um, yeah, I might be able to get them once a week, but like some other players, maybe open it once a month or every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
something like that. Get like 100 of them or whatnot. So when that officer does drop off, a couple things you need to do right off the bat, and I suggest you use all your fuel now. Use them all. I don't care about void. I don't care about anything. Use your fuel, and start getting these XP packs as much as you can. Start getting the skill XP books and stuff like that, because when they drop, guys, you're gonna want to try to at least get it somewhat maxed out as fast as you can. Of course, I'm not nowhere near I need to be to max it out, but I'll I'll get it there. I'll get it there. Uh, these are main things when new officers come out, guys. You gotta have these stuff ready. I don't know if you guys all plan on going all out and just getting every pack that they you possibly can get off of them. I mean, it is a good possibility. I mean, I'm gonna try to do it as much as I can, because I want it. I don't want to freaking dick around. You know what I mean? 1 week.
Yeah, let's hope they put them there like usual when they first release it.
Well, yeah. They always have those sales, like this stupid sale right here in I, I do not.
They have the worst
Crap.
sales when they drop officers because
No,
you'll
when they
you'll
drop
get what,
Eric.
two $99 packs, and then you'll get enough frags to maybe get what, 2-star.
You ever notice you get them all, or you get close to them all, and you just need like one more frag. One more frag. It sucks.
When Marie was dropped, it was good prices on her, but Eric was not.
Well,
From what I remember.
let me ask you guys something. How many people here for the past 2 weeks have experienced nothing but lag, game dropping, this and that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, guys, this is a sign. When this happens, this is a sign. Don't get me wrong, we always get lag, we always get drops here and there, but when it's like over and above beyond what you normally get,
Yep.
something is being added into the game. Remember that. It might take a week or two before it hits, but remember that when that shit's happening, something new is coming.
Yeah, well, that's the new officer then.
Yes, that's the new officer.
It happened with the Tifa skin.
Yup, happened with Tifa skin.
That shit was lagging like fucking crazy.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's your
That whole event.
that when that stuff happens, for the people that want to like, I don't know, like max something out. When that shit starts happening, that should be like your first sign. Okay, well, I better start saving. I better start saving. Something's coming. I don't know what it is.
So what? So you basically another goat conspiracy, right?
you know exactly what I'm talking about, Goat.
It's always a goat conspiracy. I remember I done with Piper before. Before Catty came out, and there was those little floating little bubbles on the cities, those little helicopter little things.
Yeah.
And then basically I created this.
I don't. Those helicopter things. Literally, those are only for freaking.
There's some marine coming out.
I don't even really like those helicopter things, to be honest with you.
They don't do anything. It's just decoration. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, that's all. That whole event, the Starlight, whatever you want to call it,
Oh, dude, the Starlight thing is useless. All it is just how big your wallet is, and then how many people like you to give you something back. That's literally it.
Like, oh man, the only thing that's good about it is the chat. I mean, people will post the freaking here, donate to me.
The chat is okay, but apart from that, the rewards are trash. Like, if you actually see the ranking 1, 2, and 3 rewards,
yeah,
it's not really worth it. The only thing that you're pretty much buying the packs for is for that rocket ship. If you want to level it up, you need to get all of them, and then you end up with the hearts and the gifts, and then you just share them out. But once you've got all of it, then there's no point after that.
Wasn't there a castle that came with it too? Like
Yeah, the
like
Gundam. No,
I think you just get the rocket. I think the car. There's no car. Well, there's
No,
like those mini towers that you get to upgrade, but
no, I
the
think there
bigger
was. I think
is
there
there.
was a skin. I think there was a red skin or
Have a
something.
look.
Yeah, you
Go
get
go into it.
The Gundam one, the Gundam looking skin.
Oh, it's the one with the
Yeah.
Titan guy. But that doesn't. That's just a buff building that lasts for like 5 days or 7 days, isn't it?
I think so. Honestly, I never even tried to get
I mean,
it.
I'll be honest with you.
This
This
one,
city
the
skin.
Titan Mecha
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. It's just a
6%.
buff building.
Well, I mean, it's an army boost, so it's 6% bigger fleet.
I'll be honest with you. These skins are just
Ridiculous.
temporary for the amount you pay for them. It's not even worth it, honestly. Well, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it.
No, actually, I'm going to say the only ones I think that are worth it, well, I don't know, 6% would be the Optical Fortress and probably Cyber Angel. Only because
For you, it's not. I think for the smaller guys who need,
Yeah,
who can't
I
get the bigger
agree.
fleets, it's worth it. But for someone like you, dude, even with a half a fleet, you send it to someone, they're dead. So what does it matter?
No, you got a good point there. You do have a good point there.
Like for example, I'm playing mid range now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've changed from LR to MR. Razu is not gonna like it, but I play MR now. So I've got a new city. So like with what I play now, dude, I'm because we're at civil war, like I told you, in our nation. So I'm just smacking all these. Remember the last podcast we did with Razil when I called them out? They were not happy about it one bit. So now I'm just smashing all of them left, right, center because they don't want to follow this, this T4 rule that we've tried to establish. And I've just said, look, if you don't follow it, I'm just going to smash you every day until you do. That's just the way it's going to be.
I agree 100%. I gave my nation one chance, and so far they have not blown it. Like when we merged, I said, look, I usually go by the whole, below C30 T4s, but be that the 736 nation, they were really good at not dropping bubbles. They were actually really good at not dropping bubbles. I gave one void. If you don't drop bubbles, then I won't have to fucking put it into effect yet.
Well,
no one's dropping bubbles.
Since I came back and smashing people, basically before I went on vacation for a little bit, we was losing pretty much all the events. I came back, start smashing people. Everyone now lives in a bubble 24/7. Or if they don't have, the rule is if you don't have a bubble, and basically might sound harsh, but some people they have their cities and they leave like 200, 300 troops in there just with like T4 and T1s and stuff.
Right.
I'm quite harsh because I say things like if you have troops in your city, and I see even one T5 plus one, even one. I am hitting it, and unfortunately for these guys, they have one, and I hit it. So now they've learned. That not to keep troops in the city if they don't have a shield, or if they have troops, they shield. They're 24/7 shield. So when it comes to events, they're already shielded. So I don't really need to worry about them shielding. Obviously, some of these idiots would shield the whole 7 days.
Do you keep the whole nation in bubble 24/7, 7 days a week?
If you go into 151, you will see there's bubbles everywhere because I'm porting around. I maybe spend around 10 to 15 ports. If I'm playing for the day, in that day, I'll spend about 10, 15 ports. I'll look around, I see a bubble drop, I'll port and I'll 5 fleet the person. I don't care.
Okay.
So, basically, they now know that if the bubble drops, they're dead. Like, literally 5 fleets coming in at you straight away. If I can't port, I'll speed five fleets in and hit you. So, they're in shields all the time, so they know, but some of these ones, they'll shield the whole week, and then when it comes to Void, they'll lose it, they'll die. And I'm like, but you've just lost your troops to another nation. But when I kill you, it's an issue. When another nation zeroes you, it's not. What the hell?
Yeah, we enforced this too in our nation. Not that they need to be in a bubble 24/7, 7 days a week, but we've put limits on how they're supposed to act. And we actually had some players who did this as a protest. Went during the event and just open up and let themselves be hit just to give away points.
Yeah, but they usually do it. Yeah, but they usually do it. They usually do it in Frenzy. They wouldn't do it in Void because remember, Void, you have to spend heals to get them back. Frenzy, you automatically get them back. But here's a trick for you guys. A lot of people, a lot of these farmers. Sorry, Woody, I know it's your podcast. I'm gonna take it. With this bubble thing, 3-day bubble, shield for events. You guys need to realize you don't actually need to shield for any event unless you're like a bloated city. Because remember, in Void, you can hide your troops in other cities that have shields. You can hide it in, the hall, and you can hide it in the fort. Obviously, if you're not in Civil War, then you hide it in the hall. If you're in Civil War, I mean, then you don't hide in the hall because I'll still hit you. So you hide it in those. No one farms resources. It's too dangerous to take resources during Void now. So no one's going to try and take your resources. Then the second thing is, you hide the troops, you don't get hit. Frenzy, again, hide your troops. If they hit you, you don't even lose your refugees, you don't need resources. So technically, this 3-day bubble thing, you don't need to do it. If a nation has purge, just hide your troops during purge. If you don't have the troops in your city, no one's going to hit you. So this crying about, we don't have enough gold to shield, it's not relevant anymore, because if you are not a bloated city, you don't need to shield. It's your fault that you're a bloated city, then you need to shield. So essentially, this gold thing that people complain about not having enough gold,
Is an excuse.
it's pointless. Like in my nation, they all complain about having gold, but the moment you 5-fleet them, all of a sudden a shield comes up.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
got a
dude, you're already dead. Why are you shielding now? Or I don't have enough gold to shield. At the moment
Bro,
you go to
you're
hit,
fucking, you don't fuck around, eh?
dude,
Dude, that's the way it
they'll say
is.
to me, they'll put a nation shot. We don't have enough gold. But then the moment you put next to them and they shield, I'm like, but then you just told me you don't have enough gold to shield. But then you can shield for a whole week because I'm purging the nation. But then when it comes to an event which is just a 1-day event, you can't shield, but you can shield for 7 days or 13 days. Like it doesn't make sense. Like honestly.
That's the one good thing about Civil War. If we're being real, like you were trained to shield, or else you're gonna be kicked
Oh
out
yeah.
of that nation. Period. Like you're gonna be burnt. That's a good thing about Civil War is that you ain't gonna have to worry about bubbles dropping because you're gonna get hit even in Civil War if it drops, or in Void if it drops.
Yeah. I think it's just people just understanding the fact that I know this game costs, but they just need to realize that it's actually not costly if you know the right tricks, hiding troops, doing the basic things. Yeah, everyone wants to farm gold and stuff, but to be honest, is it really worth it? I know other players, obviously for other people maybe worth it, but for me, you go into a level 5 gold mine, how much do you actually get? 30, right?
Yeah.
So if you go into 5, how much is that? 3, 6, 9, 150. What does 150 actually give you? To be honest,
Doesn't give you can't even use
yeah,
a
it doesn't
quarter
really
of
give you much.
cream.
Like even like for Civil War, how people farm all day long for resources, and I will said it to everyone: you will make more resources in a day attacking and losing some troops than just being a farmer and farm 7 days a week. You go and hit someone, who's not following the rule, clean him out. That's it. You're ready to upgrade. You spend 7 days farming, you ain't gonna get enough to upgrade.
I
So
agree 100%.
invest, like contribute. You
Well,
contribute, you grow faster.
I always tell people
Yeah,
like
another,
in
another
Void, I tell people in Void that don't use your main to collect resources. If you're going to collect resources, use your farm and use T4s only. I mean, because that way,
yeah,
if they
that's
do attack you, well, guess what? Now we're going to try to counter them. You kind of
You
like
only need to send out 4 fleets of farmers once a day in your main to do your daily task. Apart from that, you don't need to farm. Yes, we need resources, but dude, if you are in a nation where you're one of the top 5 alliances or the top 3, the rest of the nation is your farm. Let them collect for you. Let them do the gather event. After that, go take it off them. Why you need to spend your time gathering?
I love that, man.
Listen, the nation is my
The
farm.
nation is your farm.
When I need resources, I'll find some guy who's not following the rule. I'll hit him, zero him, and take all the resources. Why do I need to worry about resources?
I agree.
well, how many mergers have you been through?
I'm from an old nation, so I was originally in 133. Then I went into 132, and now 151. But guys, you need to understand one thing about me or the nation. I've been playing this game for up to about 5 years now, but ever since the beginning, I have been locked in Civil War. 133 was in Civil War because we had one guy who took president and governor every single week with his alliance, and he never shared it with his guys. He always was the president and the governor. This guy was like, when he was level 35, we was all like level 26, dude. So, we kind of built up, we zeroed him, we killed him. Basically, we finished him off just before the merger. Then we got a merger, and he was like, oh, great, finally, we've got a merger. What happens? We go into the merger, we get 2 more guys like him on steroids. We're like, fuck's sake. So we got 2 more. So we got 2 more dictators. Again, these guys were high level, terrorized everyone. And then we basically killed them again. Both of them, zeroed them out just before merger, thinking, great, we're now going to merge with 130. If you know about 130, HOS, HOZ, amazing alliance, who basically used to win everything. When I merged with these guys, went into 151. It was okay for a bit, and then civil war started, and now I'm back in civil war again. It's just basically our civil war is over just stupid things like purge. You purge a farmer who doesn't follow a rule. The big guy gets butthurt because the little one went and complained to him. Oh, why are you killing our farmers for? Why are you killing our friends? And then civil war starts. Like our most recent civil wars, because we had purge, because we sent a rule. Any city with C34 or less, is a farm basically, and you have to have T5. One guy, when he took his farm into the wrong alliance that was at a little war with one of our players, he knew that bloody alliance was at war. His farm got hit, he got upset, took the farm out, hit our main alliance with the farm, and then his excuse was, oh, I don't own those farms anymore, I sold them to someone else. We're like, no, you didn't, because you just attacked us. Anyways, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Next day, he went and hit us again, spoke to the leader, told him, look, you need to kick him out. And he was like, yeah, I'll kick him out. Refused to do it. So I said, okay, fine. If you don't want to kick him out, that's it. And then civil war started, basically.
You got all those stories of Civil War, man.
It's always about farms.
Always. It is. It's always about farms. Always. Oh, you hit me at it.
Never have civil war with someone because you've fallen out over them for a tactic, or you've done something wrong in Void. No, it's because you've hit a farm, and that useless guy who doesn't even do anything or contribute, has a friend who has a bigger city, and just basically cries to him, and then the guy has to kind of be like, oh yeah, I need to swing my dick around, and do something about it. Well, you don't realize, mate, that we also can swing our dick around as well, and do the same.
Let me ask you a question about this new officer. The Unworldlies. What do you think they're going to be? Because we all know Caddies and Simons and Maria and this guy Eric. They're all different.
Well,
they all mean they have different meanings.
One thing I noticed is if you actually look at, basically, usually when they released the officers, they did the first one, which was Catty, then they did Simon.
Yeah.
And Catty and Simon were basically the opposites, so LR and MR, but the unworldly skills were identical. Then they released, who's after Simon?
Maria,
and then they did Eric, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at Maria and Eric, so Maria was again kind of similar. Then they did Eric. So Eric was meant to be the opposite of Light for Light. But if you actually look at the unworldly skills, because I was kind of setting up officer skills last week, Eric has a couple of more unworldly skills extra than Maria. So it's not the same as Catty and Simon Light for Like. Maria and Eric differ because Eric has 2 or 3 more skills extra in his unworldly. If you compare them, you see that I think you got like an extra melee or an extra attack. There's 3 skills in there. Because when I was setting up my officers, when I was doing my Catty and my Simon, I was kind of using the opposites on both. And then I tried replicating the same with Maria, but then I realized, hang on a minute, it's not exactly the same. Eric has 3 more extra.
Yeah. And the wording of them are very different. And, we all know that the wording means a lot. It can mean 2 different things. Like Eric, for instance, increase attack to long-range troops. So, that's only being done when you're actually attacking the long-range, the back, the back row.
Yeah.
But that's significantly huge because when you get there, they're going to fuck.
Yeah, I think the 2 main skills that you want in any of your unworldly skills or any of your skills is attack 2, so that's against the rival player, and reduction.
Yeah.
Reduction. A lot of people kind of oversee reduction and always
Oh,
go
man.
for attack. You always, I think reduction is always first.
Yeah,
Then
reduction is one of the best skills out there.
yeah, because you reduce their attack power on whichever. So you should always, like, for you guys listening, you should always, and if anyone disagrees, tell me. But you should always go for reduction skills. And if you get them, save them, and then upgrade them later to S2, S3. That's always one that you should always get. And attack 2, obviously. So you'd be reduction, attack against, and then HP for something like melee HP or LR HP or whichever way you're set up.
I've seen some of melee HP at 1919. I'm just thinking to myself, there's no fucking way, unless they're just like really dogging a completely different skill. There's no way they'd be at 1919.
I think melee HP, you can get it quite high if you get all the skills, and that remember on the SS skills you also have the in-nation melee HP. That's kind of what I've got.
Yeah.
I've got in-nation melee HP and cross-nation melee HP. I rather choose in-nation melee HP over cross-nation melee defense, if I can get it. I never really understood this damn defense thing, but I would prefer my frontline surviving longer. In an attack, because it gives my mid-range or my back range to kill more. So you should always have HP. But Woody, have you understood this defense? How does this defense work?
Dude, here's the thing, dude. I've seen a bunch of people with really high freaking melee defense, and I've ripped through them. And I don't got a high melee defense.
So common sense would say to you, melee HP is how long, how much HP they have.
Yeah.
Defense, you would think, is when you're being attacked and you'd have the defense.
Right.
I never really understood it.
Well, so I'm the kind of player that, like, look, I'm trying to kill their front line as fast as possible. So I got high melee HP and high melee attack. So I'm hitting them from the front, I'm hitting them from the back row all at once. I'm trying to melt them as fast as possible so I can keep moving on. That's I mean, if you think about it, like, you're trying to kill the front line as fast as possible so you can get the mids and then the back.
You touched on it the other day because you were talking about melee attack.
Yeah.
Again, like, I don't have melee attack. I have melee attack 2, so the set skills where it says attack melee, their front line. I have that skill.
Right.
But I don't have melee. I know your front line is probably one of the biggest, because you send a lot of the front and a lot of the back, or a lot of the front and a lot of the mid defense you're setting up. But your front is always, you're going to send a lot of.
Yeah, 40%.
But your front, if you're attacking smaller players, yes, your T13 shredders are going to rip through them. I've attacked people in the uranium just with shredders. Just for fun, just to take the piss out of them. or even with Axemen, they just take them out. But I think attack 2 melee is probably going to be preferred over attack of melee, because if you look at the SS skills, there's so many other ones you can choose from. Because remember, for someone like you, you don't really need to worry about the average Joe. You need to worry about the bigger guys you hit.
Yeah, no,
so
you're absolutely right.
If you're set up as LR, you would prefer your LR to be stronger. So that's why I say melee attack I wouldn't choose. I'd rather have something else. For example, I'd probably even put melee defense in that position rather than a melee attack, because melee attack doesn't attack as much.
But I've hit people with, like, no joke, like 12 to 1400 melee defense, and I ripped through them, dude. Like,
but you got to factor in the Warplane, and you got to factor in the title. Like, for example, dude,
we're talking about
a lot of the guys in my lines who see people with gold planes, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's got a gold plane." I'm like, dude, I have my LR City has a purple plane, and I've attacked someone who had level 40 Titans, level 40 gold.
Yeah, but I'm talking about other max players. What I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like a 37. I'm talking about another 41 with, like, stats very similar to mine, but they got defense versus they got defense on it, and I ripped through them. I'm not the biggest person out there. I'm not the biggest person out there, and I will not claim to be. But if I'm going through people with high defense, dude, and melee HP, I'm doing something right.
But what have you got over them? Is it your melee attack? That's the difference from you and them.
I'll show you what I think exactly what I have over them. I'm just gonna pull out one. Just not even. This isn't just a fuck around. So
Right.
I think what I have over them right there is reduced damage taken from long range. I got these all at max, and most of the people that I've hit, they're only at 65 or 70, or some at 55.
So that explains one of the
That's
what I'm saying.
yeah,
It goes
that's
back
huge.
to part. The reduction is always very important. If you have high reduction against someone who's got, melee whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You're reducing their power, and you're basically killing them.
Correct. And the thing is, like, these are not like 85%, so that's 85 points below. No, this is 85%. This is like, it's like kind of like a multiplier. I don't know how to explain it like the proper way, but these three skills are huge fucking skills to have if you can get them to max where it's 85.5. Very hard to get, but
are all your reduction skills triple S?
I got one that's a double, and that's on Eric. But all the other ones are triple S, yes.
How about your equipment?
Sorry, go on.
I was asking Woody, how about your equipment?
My equipment? Oh, they're maxed.
They're maxed, okay.
Yeah, I think that has to be gold minimum.
Yeah, those are maxed.
They need to start upgrading, man. I honestly, like, they need to, the next upgrade needs to be those. It's like it's just sitting there at 30 doing nothing.
No, I agree, dude. I agree 100%. And I got thousands and thousands and thousands of these just waiting. It's like,
how much ore do you have?
What's that?
Because you're not used. Do you still like ore, the purple stuff that you collect every day?
A lot.
I've got so much. I don't even like. I
don't even know what to do.
What to do.
I got 7 million.
Bloody hell!
I got a lot. And the thing is, I still send them out every single day.
Yeah, I do as well. I don't
know why.
But I think when they do that upgrade, they will do it at some point because that's Camel. I think they will throw uranium into it. There will be some aspect of uranium in them. Like, for example, the new Tifa skill. There's going to be a game or something. Like Tifa, the new Tifa officer skills, the skills they're doing now.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that. That's, what is it, like $1,000 fucking, monthly fucking thing for her.
Yeah, whatever you have.
What pissed,
you're way higher than me. I hate that game. I absolutely hate it. Playing it on a phone is trash. I just, get the skin and I try and play the game, but I'm rubbish at it.
I actually love the game.
I know, I've seen your videos. You love it, but I think because you're playing on a PC, it's a lot easier.
No. Sometimes I'll play on PC, but sometimes I'll play it on my phone too. But I got a friend, and I'm not gonna give his name out because I don't want him to get overwhelmed. He's very good with figuring out formulas of which ones to use. And
I was gonna say to you, can you do a video on because I'll be honest with you, dude, I've watched your videos. I've not really paid a lot of attention to it, but I genuinely don't know what officer to put in. And I know you did one a little while ago live, where you was choosing, what skills to choose in the beginning and things like that. But I think it will be quite helpful to actually have an actual walkthrough on how to do it because it's been a couple of weeks now.
So I mean, the best way to do is when you look through them, look at those officers that slow the troops down. Slow the zombies down.
Okay.
Like how that Brave Star one, it would make the tape, and then as soon as it enters that tape, it slows them down. Those are huge things right there. If you can slow them down once they hit that circle is what we call it, or the bubble, your personal space, that allows your officers allows to kill them faster and hold them back. I mean, don't get me wrong, running around trying to dodge those red circles. I mean that sucks because you're gonna get hit.
I just completely suck at that game, honestly. I think probably because I've just not really paid a lot of attention to it, or maybe just I just kind of just get the packs and just the thing is there's too much daily events to do. Once you've done most of the dailies and you have a busy schedule, like even like You know that little thingy on the bottom, the zombie thing that you've got to do every Friday. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I hate doing it, but I have to do it. You know, you have to
Yep.
do it, but it's just annoying.
Yeah, you're talking about the Infinity Zombies. Completely 100% agree with you.
I don't think so.
It's kind of
But you get.
sucks.
What time is it?
Hey, you want to mute your mic, please?
Who do you think they're gonna do the next skin for? Do you reckon after Tifa?
Well, I mean, we'd have to look and see what everyone's skills are. I mean, they go off of no, not her. Zeus is a possibility. Um, some of these might be a possibility, like Doc. He might be a possibility. Medici might be a possibility. Saki, she might be a possibility. We can call her Saki.
I think one person that's longer overdue an upgrade is Morgan. Honestly, Morgan is basically Brave Star. You know, when we first started and we used to use Brave Star
Yeah.
just for the expansion. That's literally what Morgan is. Like, if you go into Morgan's skill, no one uses rally anymore. Maybe your older nations might. Do you guys use rallies? We don't. I can't remember the last time we did a rally.
I use the daily rally for the runes. That's about it.
Like, if you do a rally, by the time you've rallied, the person, that guy's already got like 50 defense ready waiting. Like, what is the point of rallies?
We were in Void last week, and I see someone said, "Let's set a rally." I was like, "For what?" Oh, so we can hit. I was like, "What? So you can give a 5-minute head start? Fuck that! Speed in there."
Dude, we had a guy
Rally?
arguing on NC going, you know, we can't do TAs anymore. You know, blah, blah. I'm like, who does TAs anymore? It's all speed attacks. There is no such thing as a TA unless you're playing frenzy and you've got like a planned attack.
Well, TA, you use those quite a bit on Global Conquest or that Polar Invasion. You can use those quite a bit.
Yeah, those ones, yeah,
but
not real fighting.
Yeah, like Void and Frenzy, no fucking way. No fucking way. You're gonna be zeroed out before you get there.
I think the only time you ever used the TA out of an event was to kill worms. But nowadays, you can kill a level 6 worm on your own. You don't really need TA anymore.
I get pissed off when people join my worm hunt. Go find your own.
Yeah, I do as well. You know, you're trying to kill a worm, trying to get all the rewards, and some guy will just come in and you're like, what the fuck? Like, seriously?
Stop trying to take my rewards, damn it.
I have a tip, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's more for the weaker players with the rally thing. Like in Global Conquest, you can set a rally so your teammates can hide their troops from the whales, so the whales are not constantly hitting the city, so they got to heal the troops.
That is actually a good idea, yeah. But you gotta realize
but
one
then
thing.
You can just set a rally. Yeah, but if you're in Global Conquest, just set a rally on another city. Find another city and just set a rally on them for 30 minutes. You've already hidden your troops.
Trust me, I don't know why they don't do that. I've been trying to tell people. They just get whacked by whales and they're over there with like 20 days of heals. I'm like, dude, set a fucking fake rally on a tower. Your troops are out of your city. You're safe.
I think the one thing you've got to worry about GC though is, you know, when you're fighting and you're trying to coordinate attacks, when you set rallies, the problem there is it fills up the screen with too many battles. And you know, you can't coordinate because, you know, GC and these events, it's chaos. It's absolutely chaos. You know, you need to pay attention. You end up, you know, setting time attacks and you end up joining the wrong one. So I think that's probably why a lot of people don't do like rallies. But I think your idea is quite good because if 2 or 3 big cities just set rallies with massive, you know, fleet space, it doesn't fill up the screen. And I guess then that way, you know, if they see that name of the big city, they know not to send to that one. So that is probably a good idea for, you know, guys.
There's other ways you can do it. Like if you have like 4 cities that are, you know, you can put in each corner of the map, you can send, you know, your 4 fleets there, but then it's going to take time for them to get back. Or you can just send it to your big dog and hope God they don't, you know, someone hit you. But you can send it to the big dog and, you know, let them bounce off and walk through the middle of there. Or just bubble. Actually, you can't just bubble. You can't just bubble. But I mean, the big dogs, he's going to, at the end of it, he's probably going to be porting around killing the energy source towers. But
I think the one advice is if you want to send it to a big guy who ports around, never send it to him. because he could just pull at any point, and then your troops
Well, I mean
are coming back.
that's not necessarily true. You know, kind of how Void and Frenzy is. You know, you send it to the far away city or mine, whatever you're going to call it, or tile. It's gonna serve the kind of the same purpose. It's gonna give you time. It's
Yeah,
just
no, I'm saying
you
you
better be
send it to the
ready.
faraway ones, but what I'm saying is if you're trying to hide in the big guy who's, you know, kind of floating around all the time, every time he teleports, your troops come back. That's why, you know, like in Civil
Yeah.
War, I always say to everyone, even though I have a big city and I know your troops are going to be safe, don't hide troops, because, you know, at the moment, given moment, I will see a bubble drop and I will teleport, and then, you know, all your troops are going back.
You, your mama, your sister,
Yeah,
your
and I've done
brother.
it by mistake. I've done it by mistake sometimes. I ported, and, you know, someone's whole fleet went back, and, you know, they got smashed. So it's like,
Oh.
I don't like having to check if someone's in there before I teleport. That's why I just say, just don't send it to me. I don't mean to be mean, just don't, because you're just gonna end up dying if I teleport.
Well, I like to. This is what I tell a lot of people, and you know, as long as my freaking game don't crash, if you're able to get 4 cities, and we'll go. If you get 4 cities, you go to the enemy nation. Just park those 4 cities right here in the mud, in the enemy nation, and make sure they're bubbled 24 hours. You know, and just send your extra fleets to there, even 5 cities, whatever, and just send your extra fleets there if you can hide them. So it's gonna take what, half hour minimum to get there, and a half hour back, and they don't even need to sit there.
Here's a tip. So for you guys who fight in Void, especially this is more for Void, don't worry too much about Frenzy, because if you get trapped, it doesn't really matter. You don't lose
Yeah.
anything. But I see a lot of people send fleets to, you know, resource tiles.
Oh my
far
god.
away far away resource tiles. Now, you know, yes, you can do the far away resource tile, but remember, when you get caught up in the game, sometimes you forget to recall them, or you go and recall 3, and by the time you recall the third one, it's got trapped.
I love doing that, man.
When I used to play, you know, hiding, like, I don't do it anymore because I've got a big, you know, I've got a 300 million BPC, so no one's really going to try and attempt to hit me. But, you know, when you're the smaller guy and you have to do that, guys, just send it to zombies. Like, send it to a zombie in the capital, but send all your fleets to the same zombie. Because remember, even if your first fleet goes and hits that zombie, you lose 1 fuel tank. The next 3 or 4 will still go and hit there,
Yep.
but there's no zombie there. So when it hits, you get the fuel tank back. So, and no one can trap you on a zombie. And remember, it goes there, it hits, it comes back. So you have double the time, and you don't even have to worry about using recall or wasting a recall. So always find any zombie in the capital or across the map, as long as it's going through the capital, and attack a zombie. Send 3 or 4 fleets. Even if one gets there, you lose 1 fuel cell. You still have the, you know, the rest of them, and you can do 10 of them. And, you know, by the time you've done that, you've already regained another fuel cell. So, you know, you're gonna have unlimited essentially.
You know what I can't stand, and I see this happening because I am in a newer nation. I see it happen all the time. People will attack, right, and they'll wait for their fucking. Instead of just bubbling right away as soon as that attack is done, they'll wait 30 seconds. It's like, are you shitting me? I could have sent 5 dicks right at you right now. You know,
Yeah.
I even have to tell my own people, dude, bubble. Oh well, my fleet's still there. I'm fine. No, you're fucking not. Well, Woody, you're right by me. I don't give a fuck. I could have five fleets out right now, and they know that, and I can't protect you at that point.
Yeah.
It happens in these newer nations all the time. Like, yeah, I can't. You just
I think you have to get into. I think the way you need to, and again, it's all about Void. You know, Frenzy. You can, you know, I use Frenzy as a testing ground. Honestly, guys, like,
yeah.
if if you're testing out and you've got, you know, you want to see who you can beat and what fleet works, use Frenzy as a testing ground. But for Void, always assume someone is watching you.
Agreed.
If you're playing Void, always assume someone is watching you and they have the thing on the trigger.
Agreed.
That's why you have to get into the habit of having your city empty all the time. Some people think, oh, let me speed and then send them out. No, always send them out first. You know, do a rally for 5 minutes of your attack fleet, send everything else out, then recall the rally and then attack with that fleet. I know sometimes you want to quickly attack someone and you think, oh shit, by the time I do it, they might bubble. No, always be careful. There's always going to be someone watching you, and someone is going to smash you the moment your bubble drops.
There's a lot of times that I will be sit here just like this waiting. There'll be the enemy right there. I'll be just like this fucking waiting. As soon as that bubble's dropped, I'm going. That happens a lot. I mean, I even showed it in many videos. That I do that. People do that shit. That's how they hunt. Or they will literally be right here looking at this freaking 24/7, looking right here, waiting. As soon as the name pops up, click right on it and go. One of my favorite screens in Void is this one right here.
I see. I don't use it as much because sometimes on the phone when they do like 5 or 6 attacks, it only shows the first guy who went. Because when you try and click that coordinate, it just takes you the first guy. It doesn't have the coordinates for the other one, so you kind of have to follow the line and find one that you want to hit. Because sometimes you click the coordinate and it's not the one you want to hit. Because if you hit that guy, you're dead.
Well,
so you kind of want to go for the weaker one. So I don't know how you found that.
When they have this, and let's say they're hitting, I just click right here and it shows everyone. Even on the enemy, it'll show everyone.
But it doesn't show the coordinates. So you have to find that person. That's the part. If you go back into it, it did.
You're right on that.
If it had the coordinates on those, that would have been amazing because you can then just click that coordinate and just smash him.
But I mean, no, you're absolutely right on that. But 9 times out of 10, let's say they're right here. The person you click on, you within a clicker, a couple distance, you got the other people right next to them.
Yeah, I think the other thing is, like yourself, I know you like porting. I think the one annoying part is, when you when you want to quickly kill someone and you try and port and there's a space, you press port, but it's not a space, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
that's not a space.
No, I would have to say that. I'd have to say the worst is when you go to port and someone ports there the exact same second you port there. You're like, God damn it.
Someone ports there, or you try and port and there's a space and it's not a space. Or you try and port to hit someone and you can't actually find somewhere to port. It really frustrates me. And I think the one that tipped me over the edge is I went to port and a zombie appears in that spot. And I'm just like, you bastard. Out of all the time you had to appear and I can't now port because of the damn zombie.
Or a mine, or tile. It happens more than you think too. It really does.
Speaking of zombies, they need. I know they're making new worlds, but honestly, man, they need to upgrade these zombies.
I was thinking, and I think I touched on this a little bit in the beginning of it. I think that there's an Easter egg in the video.
What for new zombies?
Either a new zombie or the worm, because it's a worm. It's a worm that's in there. So I'm thinking they might actually either release something higher level worm. Or a zombie, maybe, because like right here, most games when they have something new that's coming in there, they'll release some kind of Easter egg, and I'm thinking this might be it.
That's just a new looking zombie. Because remember when they changed the image of the zombie, they just changed the way it looks. It's not. What's it really got extra? Nothing.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong as well. Honestly, we need more higher level zombies, like higher than 30. Yeah. And we need something new on the map. Like, it's getting repetitive. And, these little dogs that you see every day, it's just, what is the point? What is the point of these little dogs? Especially in a nation that's, 2-3 years old. No one attacks them. They just take up space. They don't do anything.
I agree 100%. Did you...
going back to your question about Saki, I think this one's probably, it's the Selena, the new officer. I think it's going to be more geared toward, I think more HP on this one.
Well, I mean, it shows, I'm sorry, with the Panther, 2.6 attack, defense, and HP.
Yeah, it's basically going to push everyone with the Mega Whales over 2,000. That's what it's going to do.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I don't know about maybe about 2,000 or relatively close to that, depending what the unworldly skills what they offer. For all we know, there might not even be an attack skill.
Basically, anyone who's got a 300 million BPC that you thought you just about can kill them, basically it's going to be like, well, once they max that out, it's like, well, it's just running into a wall. Just don't even bother.
Dude,
Just don't bother.
I'm gonna try to max it out as soon as possible. I fucked up with Eric. When Eric came out, I kind of like stalled a little bit, and I wish I didn't.
Yeah, but again, you've got at work. Again, I think someone touched this in a while ago about the packs. Yeah, I know they do the packs, but guys, you've also got to bear in mind that when the special packs come out on the release of the first officer, usually the level 1, 2, 3 is worth it, 4 maybe, and then the rest after that is just garbage. It's like, it is not worth the value that you pay. Obviously the way they do it is because the whales would always want to, you know, get there faster, so they'll pay out the odds to get them. But for the normal guy who is upgrading, you know, if you have patience, you know, if you're not me or Woody where you're not patient, then, you know, if you have patience, I would say, look, give it a week or two, then, you know, the officers, you know, fragments come out, and, you know, there's other events that you can get them. But I would say after the third one, it becomes absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's not worth the money.
Well, I mean, okay, for like, I
Hey,
agree. From what's that?
I just, yeah, this is Scrapper. I just had an idea as far as the new officer. Like, if you look at Maria's breakthrough skill, it's for medium and long range. And I was wondering maybe the new officer might be like melee in long range, melee and mid range for the breakthrough skill.
I think the new one is geared more towards killing mid range.
Well,
because you
mid-range
got to understand the upgrade. The C41 gave power back to mid range players because, you know, you've got the stormtroopers, haven't you? So it's to counteract that. Essentially, is to give the power back to LR players. You know, to counteract that. I think that's what this new officer is for. So you might be right, melee and MR, but I think it's more geared towards killing the MR. Because if you look at the skills, I think first one is LR and then the second one is MR.
Yeah. There's no. The first one is nope, not that one.
No, I mean the skill that you get from the skill books. Yeah, that one.
So that's mid-range troops, and then the second would be long-range troops.
Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, so it's geared towards mid, where the previous officer I think was LR and then MR. Obviously, obviously, there's not a lot of MR players, so you'd essentially want to do LR first, then MR. Essentially, you know, I've always been an LR player. It's just recently I've turned into an MR player, but I think, you know, you'd always want to gear towards doing LR first, because, you know, the percentage of MR players is not that high, and they're all killing off MR players now. Anyways, even though there's a lot of strong people out there, they're you know, we've worked out, you know, Camel don't like the fact that people are like MR. It's something that was exploited, and they just don't like it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: a lot of these lock nations are going really heavy mid-range.
Oh, they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's this one guy, what was it, Monkey King? This guy, he's a mid-range. This guy is no joke. Like, no fucking joke. He can. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that there was reports out there. I'm sure everyone here knows Lee God, one of the strongest players in the game, and he was able to beat Lee God. I didn't see the video of it, so I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad formation or whatnot. But I don't know. I seen the report, and I'm like, wow, is this true? I couldn't believe it. Like, I still don't want to believe it, but I mean, it was there.
I think MR is always going to be strong. You know, MR. Like, with the MR City I'm playing now, I'm smashing people that are way stronger than me in LR.
Right.
But, you know, it could be the formation. But, you know, it's just, you use the right formation and you can take down an LR player. But I think, you know, for example, Monkey King, like in Globe 1 and 2, I think the strongest MR player that I know is someone called Asahi. I think she's from Globe 1 in 113. She's probably got the strongest MR city. You may want to compare her city with Monkey King. Because I think she's probably the strongest.
Monkey's completely maxed, other than Merit. completely
I think
maxed.
yeah, but remember, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's obviously, from Globe One. So,
Right.
she is probably maxed in everything. Now, dude, she attacks me in the uranium mine with half a fleet. Half a fleet!
What?
And
You gotta be.
kills me.
Jeez, man, that's.
And I've got a strong city, so you've got to bear in mind, half a
Right.
fleet to kill me. Damn, like she's fucking strong, man.
I don't want to meet her. I don't want to meet her. No, no.
Oh, dude, I think I've met her once and I ran away. I think another one I used to run away from was a lady called Potato. I don't know if people know. Oh man, she was another one I used to run away from. If I see them in Void, Cookie is another one. We
I know.
played.
I know Cookie. I know Cookie.
Well, recently we just played Iron Blood, didn't we? And I was playing Iron Blood, and oh man, I saw Cookie like put next to me. I was like, yeah, I'm not staying here. I'm randoming somewhere else.
I think.
I am not staying next to Cookie.
I think Cookie also plays in a different nation as well.
Yeah, he does. I think he got he moved to 30, didn't he?
No. He moved up into the thousands.
No. What I'm saying is he moved from where he was 30.
Yeah, 30.
Then after 30, he went to one of the newer nations now. But there's quite a few big guys.
I think it was like 125, 126. I don't know, but it's one of the newer nations, maybe 105. I don't know. It's in the thousands, but I was talking to him because I just happened to make a city there, and I joined any alliance. And Cookie was in there, and I'm like, is this the same Cookie that's down there in Nation 30 or Nation 2 or 1? They're like, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
He's strong, dude. You see
Very,
him
very strong.
anywhere in any of your global events.
Run.
Don't think, oh yeah, he's not gonna get me. He will get you. And in Iron Blood, the thing about Iron Blood is, I think the one thing, I don't love it and I don't hate it, but the one thing about Iron Blood is you get that shield popper. You can hit someone in a shield. It doesn't matter. I just hope to God they introduce that into the normal world. I would love it.
I mean, if they put a shield breaker in Void, or if they put it in Frenzy, we'll just say Void because Frenzy, you don't lose troops. I don't think that they will do that because too many people will quit the game on the very first day.
I'm just saying it would be amazing to have something like that.
I think a better turnaround would be like if they can fix the server, it would be like a 3-nation Void.
I think that's something we've been asking
Dude,
forever.
I want a 3-nation.
Rather than making these skins and making these fucking idiots look more sexy for the guy who lives in the basement, please, just fix the server. Just fix the damn server.
How about adding one of the buffs from Iron Blood, like reflective armor to the game, which would be fantastic.
Well. Here's some things that I can kind of like tease you guys with. Okay, with the talent of the Titans, I was talking to someone that plays War of Order, and they already got that talent released.
What is it? What is that?
The male one was a some kind of defensive. Oh, what was it? It was okay. It's a defensive like debuffer. Like it would debuff your enemy's attack.
But where do you get it? How do you get it?
Well, I mean they haven't released it yet.
No,
so
they only have it in Iron Blood.
Well, they
the
have
reflective armor.
I'm talking about this talent that's in a completely different game.
You're talking about he's talking about in the normal world. So if they're gonna release that, obviously it's there. What's gonna release that? Titans?
That I don't know. Maybe a third Titan? No, it can't be a third Titan because it would be just for that third Titan. I don't know, dude. Maybe C45 when that hits.
Yeah.
Because the Titans are maxed at 45, right? And Warplanes are maxed at what?
55. Yeah.
Fuck me, 55.
I'm a long ways from that with my plane, dude.
I'm trying to.
I'm a baby when it comes to you guys.
See, what are you on? You're on level 4. Level what? Fucking hell, you're higher than me. See, I'm trying
49.
to go to the lab.
I got some work I got to do with that still.
See, I'm trying to get. See, you've got that bottom left one, right? The one that's 24.
That's 24.
I'm trying to get to that. I'm stuck at the one above it. I haven't even got the middle one yet. I'm still trying to get the middle, the last, and that one that you have. Just from there to get to that bottom one, those 3 skills, that's probably another 10 Gs.
Yeah.
10 Gs at least.
I'm trying to max this one out. I'm close. I'm trying to max this one out though. The armor piercing laser. That's what I'm trying to max out.
It's like,
yeah, I'm far from that. Our nation's locked in civil war.
4 times more expensive than the Titans. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, I agree 100% with you, dude. They are fucking super expensive. Even like I was also working on.
Why the friggin' hell do you have a second purple plane?
No, I have a second purple, and I'm trying to get my third to purple too.
Why?
Because I send more than one fleet out.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was thinking about it. I was thinking, because I 5 fleet people, I would always want golems in my 5 fleets.
That's exactly why.
But when I looked at the cost, and I was just like,
well, I mean, if you just get just a purple, I mean, the modification is just this one.
Okay, how much is the cost from blue to get a second plane to purple? How much is it cost wise?
Oh my god, I'd probably say about 5.
What, grand?
Yeah, right around there.
So if I was to ask myself, do I want to pay 5 grand or do I want to just lose a few extra troops in the 5 fleet? I'll take losing the troops.
Well, I mean, you figure, okay, you send 5 fleets out, right? And they send a hell of fucking rain. And let's say you got like let's just say 600,000 troops in there.
This is why you do not 5 fleet anybody and anyone. You have to be smart about your
when the older nation goes, you won't catch me doing that. But like these newer nations, I'll do it. I would never do it in an older nation, but newer nations, I'm just having fun right now. But
wait, what was this question? How much the price you said from blue to purple is? What was he asking?
Just to get a purple plane to have
just you're talking about for like green to purple.
Yeah, because purple gives you golems.
Man.
Right? When do you get golems?
Blue gives you
golems.
Yeah, blue gives you golems.
Then I guess if you want to do 5 fleet people and all you need is golems, then just get blue with golem. That's enough.
Yeah, you gotta get that, and I believe it's the, you gotta get it down to here. You get the blue ones, which I mean it's not that hard to get to, but I mean it's what is it like?
That's probably 1,500.
Yeah,
I'd say about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a big player playing 5 fleets, then I guess 1,500 is okay to have golems. I think once you get the golems, why do you need to get a past golems? You don't really need anything else after that.
Well, because let's say you send a purple fleet out, right, on your second one, and so all these lab skills that are still all the way up to purple, they activate.
Okay, it makes sense. So you basically automatically get the purple skills.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have this would be for the first one, like the first level of purple, and then once you get to the second round of purple plane, you get that.
Yeah, I think Azir, I think we're not at your level, Woody. We are way behind all that.
Hang on, stay there. Can I ask something?
Okay.
Yeah.
Below the golems, that one. What does that do?
Do you know those critical strikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives you a percentage of how often that you can do a critical strike when the laser cannon ultra. I mean, it says it right there.
Is it worth it?
Oh yeah, dude. Those critical strikes, hell yeah. Imagine that you on your regular, you're killing 30,000, at a time, and then a critical strike hits, you can kill up to like 60 plus 75,000. So, those critical strikes are. Think of any game that you've ever played before, like for say like Diablo. I hate to throw that out there, but they got those critical strikes and they just fuck.
It's random. Is it random though, isn't it?
It's a percentage, but yeah, it is kind of random. Yeah. It's the whole chance.
So you kind of got to look at for the average player, you're spending all that money to get it on the base of the chance that you may have an amazing critical strike or you might have a low one. Well, so remember, just factor that in.
Well, there's also a catch to this, and if you look at this, you'll see the different color laser cannon ultra pulse. So this the laser energy, it ties into down here, the ultra pulse laser. If you understand what I'm getting to, so once you get here and get that is when this will start actually activating the critical strike to that
Woody,
percentage.
correct me if not. Somebody told me when you see how it says it's at 32% chance. So somebody told me it's most likely gonna go off 1 every 3 attacks. Does that sound about right?
That does sound about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because if you think about it, like on a regular recruiting, the troops that you have, they got a percentage, or they go by every 3 attacks, something will happen, right? So I mean that does sound about right. Unless you got like a battle going on for like 5 minutes straight, then it's probably going to happen relatively longer than that.
Oh, you know these skills, Woody. What level? What's the max they got up to? Is that 30?
What's that?
These lab skills is maximum to 30.
Yeah, 30.
Maximum, yeah.
Yeah, that's max.
Oh
Like,
wow, wow. That's a fucking lot of money, dude. Fuck's sake.
yeah.
I was feeling pretty good about 15.
Dude, I'm just looking at your warplanes and I'm just like,
If you got blue,
I've got a strong city, but your fucking city, my god.
dude, there's so many more stronger people out there than me. I mean,
I know, but you know when you think of it and you think of them, because just thinking about warplanes alone, the sheer money on just warplanes alone it's a house, 2 houses probably.
I just got the purple and I just got the Disruptor
Okay.
ammo. So, I'm wondering how effective that is, like as far as the non-casting skills. Is that
So I mean, whenever you get one of these, look at this and you can see what it does. Okay, so right there, you see that little, that right there, that little circle with the X that goes through here.
okay?
That's the disruptor. Okay, so now when you go into the uranium mine, you'll see it. So just count and see how many times it happens. Let me go in.
Holy, I didn't know there was a video like that on all of them. Fuck,
Yeah,
I didn't even click it.
let me go into. I'll go into an attack. I just hit this and okay, this should be okay. Oh, it expired. Okay.
No, go into your. Do you do uranium account? Go into uranium. None of the uranium ones expire.
Well, I mean, I had a better one. I did earlier today. From the event, Stronghold, Soul Crush. Let's see. There's one right there. There's one right there. One right there.
What am I looking at?
The circles, and it's a counter to it.
Oh, when the warplane starts shooting, is that what you're talking about? When he has the 4 red.
So the Disruptor.
Okay.
So yeah, those you can see like these right here. These were being disrupted in between.
Oh, you mean the restriction circle thing? Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
No entry thing. Okay.
Yeah. And now there's a new icon out there. I think Nikki was actually talking about it in one of her last lives. It's a gun with the circle cross out.
Someone was mentioning that's related to Medici.
That's what I was talking about too. That's what I was hearing too. But it's so new that I don't know. Like I just started seeing it like maybe a couple days ago.
It's probably a Selena thing then.
Well, no, because Selena's not released yet.
Yeah, but I remember when the older worlds get them first,
it shows her
it's across the board.
It's from Medici. Woody, it's from Medici. It's from Medici, bro.
Yeah, but I will. Selena hasn't been released to anyone yet.
Oh.
Go to her breakthrough skill though. It shows the video of what her breakthrough skill is gonna look like.
Hold on.
Okay.
So this is Medici. Yeah, you see that? It just happened right there. Where you see those 3 bombs like that, hit that one, and this one. That's Medici. Okay. And it looks like, if you look at it, it looks like it came from the shielders, right? I don't know why that sticks out so much.
Where did it come from, Medici?
The gun? I'm not seeing the gun
Yeah,
coming from here, though.
it's not on there, but that's the only breakthrough skill I got, and it's activating when I'm
Okay.
in the mine.
Okay.
So I know it's coming from Medici.
I'm happy that you said that then. I am happy you said that then.
But they probably just haven't updated that video.
Yeah.
I believe that's the because Medici has the percent to misfire for 2 seconds. I believe that's it.
You see that little right there? Oh,
Look like little tornadoes.
let me replay it. You'll see it little crisping gold like crystal right there. Yeah. That's what the new skill is.
Huh.
The animation of it.
Let's talk about her skill. What does it do exactly?
It throws 2 prism traps at an enemy when attacking commanders. Now I'm thinking commanders would be, any troop on the freaking
Woody, look at the word. Look at the word they've used. Throws 2 prison attacks.
Yeah.
Where else do you get the prison attack? In DOD, is it Triangle War? There's a
Triangle War.
Yeah. So it stops them. It stops them from being able to move, and it attacks.
No. The defense stops them. The prison attack is against the defense buff. The prison one, but hang on, remember. So when you use a prison attack, does it pause them? It pauses them, right?
Right.
That's what it is. So if you look at it, the prison attack is the similar one from the Triangle War event. It freezes them, and then it does that little tornado attack. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. Okay, so what I'm wondering about this, the number of surviving troops. Okay, you might be able to figure. I'm not the best at figuring this whole number part, but the damage is equal to the number of surviving troops times 96. So.
Who's surviving troops?
Is it their surviving troops, or is it my surviving troops from what though?
I believe it's your surviving troops.
From what though?
Well, not your Titans, your Warplanes, but just the troops in general, right? It's either that or it's going to be your highest number of troops, right?
Wait, hold on. Did I just see some? Hold on. I think I just seen an animated. Hold on. Let this repeat. There was right next to this one. There was like a little animation right here.
After the tornado?
Yeah, it looked like a gun, or maybe I'm wrong. So, hold on. Right there, it's a gun. It was the gun. I'm gonna blow this up so we can see it.
I need to.
We'll do it one more time. All right, so look by where the armor soldiers are, right? And it came right next to the armor where it says 18,000. I wish I could pause this.
I need to make my screen bigger.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's a hand with. It looks like a hand with a pipe in it. I'm zooming all the way in.
It was a gun, dude. It was a gun. I swear to God.
Woody, do it. Woody, play it again.
You can't zoom in.
Woody, try and pause. Can you pause it? Try and pause it when it comes.
It won't let me pause. This is in game.
Oh.
Unless you want me to I can screenshot it.
I think we're trying to find this hand. Oh, there it is. No.
Right there. Oops, sorry. It's a gun.
There it is. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's a gun with a little line across it.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Is that Zeus's?
No, that's...
Let it replay it, Woody.
Yeah.
I'll screenshot it. And I can put it in the chat, right?
Yeah. So basically, it's a gun with a line across it. It's not the line. It's not the gun that we're seeing for the Medici thing. It's a different one.
Right about now.
There you go.
That's the same one you see from Medici. That gotta be.
Is that the same one? Okay.
Yes, the same one.
So that can't be a Medici skill. That's a Selena skill.
No, I don't have Selena, bro,
Right.
and I'm getting that with Medici. So that's the new icon.
Unless it's a Medici and the Selena is like an add-on to buff that Medici skill.
You know, I have heard people say that this kind of reminds them of the Medici skill. But we know for sure right there, like the little tornado slash disruptor or whatever you want to call it, that's definitely it. Whether the gun comes with it or not, I don't know.
Woody, I think the gun is just letting you know that set of troop set is not firing for 2 seconds. Whoever's doing it. You get what I'm saying? And that's a new icon.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I wonder. Let me try Eric's.
I just sent it. It's in the chat. The picture. I screenshotted it. I zoomed in close.
Yeah, I see. It's a gun with this, but I don't have Selena, bro, and I got Medici, and I'm getting that same. Nobody got
Selena. Yeah, no one's got it.
And I got Medici, and I'm getting that same icon. So I'm assuming they just letting us.
Maybe they did the upgrade. That's because if that skill belongs to Selena and no one's got Selena and you're seeing it with Medici, it's either gonna be Selena relates to Medici or they've put it in. You know, it doesn't really do anything at the moment. It's just appearing, and they're just preparing for when Selena drops. It activates.
Medici stops attacks, bro, for 2 seconds. That's part of his breakthrough skill. He has a percentage for that.
So maybe Selena is gonna have that skill in hers. Because remember that video just belongs to Selena. So you could only assume that Selena's gonna have the same.
It
does.
It puts you in a prison for 2 seconds, so you can't fire.
There you go. Yes. So that answers the question in terms of the prison attack. Yeah. So the prison attack will stop you. So
okay,
that basically means.
So that tells me that it's a 2-stage freaking attack then. So it's
still one. It freezes and then the tornado comes.
That's what I mean. That's a 2-stage.
That's a 2-stage, yeah.
That freezes is 1 stage, and then the tornado trap, or whatever we want to call it, is the 2nd stage of it.
Right. Yeah, 40%.
So again, so with the tornado.
Oh man, that's gonna.
With the tornado, is it random who it hit?
So I think the freezing part is the 2 prism traps, right? Which stops them, and then I think with the tornado traps, I think that's when the whole times 96% of the 40, the 96% is where it comes into the damage.
But the question here is the breakthrough skill.
Mm-hmm.
Who does it? How does it decide which one to tornado?
And
is it random, or is it a specific one?
Yeah, see, that's not what it's not telling us that.
No,
because if it comes out with it attacks the one with the most troops, man, formations are gonna matter. Because if you're using it and someone has the more cannons, it's gonna trap those cannons first.
See, it doesn't say
that's gonna be a test.
Yeah, it doesn't say most troops.
I think we're only gonna know. We're gonna know through testing, but it's either gonna be the attacker who uses the most troops, or it's gonna be something where a formation is gonna be able to allow you to trap the ones that you want to kill first. So that's actually a very good skill.
Yeah.
Either the most troops or the highest battle power troops.
Yeah, but then formation is gonna, you're gonna be able to counter that with formation of whoever you're fighting.
That means we're gonna have to start making a whole brand new formation then. I mean, if it's going to attack the ones with the most troops, we'll just say the most troops, we're gonna have to change our formations up. It's no longer gonna be able to be a 40-60. We're gonna have to fucking make it like a 20-30-60 or 20-30-50.
Yep.
Well, the way you do it is you'd put more of the ones that you wanted to attack. So for argument's sake, I don't know, put a whole bunch of gunners in there, and it'll freeze the gunners, but they don't really mean anything, and the other guys can still attack.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still taking away by putting gunners in there. You're still taking away from the back.
Oh yeah, obviously you got to look at
your DPA is going to go down.
But if you realize that if you can stop the prison attack from attacking your main guys,
Yeah.
and they still do damage, then yeah, formation's gonna come into it.
Yeah, you may have to increase your melee because they're going to have the higher hit points, right? So even if they get frozen,
Yeah,
you know, they should be able to take a pounding a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually
yeah, that's a
sending.
good one actually. Because yeah, if your melee HP is high,
Yeah.
if your melee HP is high, then you'd put your melee in, and it would basically hold off the prison attack.
So yeah, the way I have my troop formation is, for say if I'm just gonna like attack a normal city like a 34 or 36, I'll put like maybe like 20,000 tanks, 5,000 shredders, and like 15,000 armored soldiers, and maybe I don't know, like 5,000 axemen. You know, but if I'm going to attack another 41, you know, obviously I'm putting like 10 or 15, almost 20,000 shredders out there, you know, so my front line can hold, and you know, on top of the tanks and the armored soldiers and whatnot. Because
Here's a tip I learned, Woody. Do you use lower level troops as well in your attack, or just all high level?
It's funny that you say that, and I don't want to give that tip out. don't
Yeah, I wouldn't say it, but
don't
then
give
it,
that
if
one
you
out.
know it, then you know. Then you
Yeah,
know it.
don't give that one out. Don't give that one out.
That's no secret.
Don't be giving that
If
one
you
out.
want, if you want to know the tip, just DM us directly and we'll tell you. But I know Woody knows what I know.
Everyone's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's it? It just gives you a couple extra seconds.
Oh, is that it?
You know, you
Just
notice.
remember, you need to be around the close to 1600 milli HP, or it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. You know, it's just gonna melt it then. But you notice how I cut you off? Hey, we're not giving that tip away.
Let's
So looks like
look over here.
Looks like she's actually a good. Honestly, I think she's actually a good officer then.
I think so too. I think
we agree, guys, that if you don't get her, you're gonna fall behind. So
you know, it's like when I keep on saying, I know everyone's all like, oh, the skin. Guys, listen, guys, like for say the skin itself, yeah, it's a shitty fucking thing it looks like now, right? 5% who, boo hoo. But you gotta think about this. When all these officers start getting these skins, all of them combined, oh my god, they're gonna fuck. You know, and I'm not trying to fucking tell guys, buy this, buy that. Don't. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tell you, if you fall behind the players that have not fallen behind, it's going to be very, very hard to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eric did wonders for me.
See, yeah, and I fell behind on Eric. I fell behind. I'm just now got his fucking 6 stars.
Is your breakthrough skills matched?
No. I'm behind.
I just finished all my Drill Masters breakthroughs.
I'm still at level 12 on my Eric, because I stopped at level 12 and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my unworldlies for Eric, and I got him to double S's. I haven't even got him to triple S's yet, but still, even getting him to double S's is fucking not easy at all.
What would you advise the normal average player to get the breakthrough skill first and then unworldly?
I would go to where I was, either about 12 or 15, and then start getting your freaking your 6 star. You want some of the breakthrough skill.
Then actually.
Yeah, I don't know where you would like to stop. After you get these.
Okay, here's an advice with unworldly skills. So I don't know how you do it. So Woody, when you get in your unworldly skills, do you go through this process of where you want to unlock all of them and then roll, or do you kind of unlock one or two and then roll? How do you do it?
That's exactly what you just said, how I do it. So I'll unlock one and I'll get to where I want it to be. I'll try to go for just a single S first, right? And then once I get that single S, then I'll go to unlock the next one and try to get another roll. Because if you have them all out there like that, guys, it can get very, very expensive.
Okay, so I can counter that. So, and you might think against it, but it's worked for me. So what I actually do is I don't level them up. So you save the skill books, the XP. Don't level anything up.
Oh,
Unlock all 5.
you're talking about these right here,
So you
right?
unlock all 5. Yeah. So those basically where where you got the skills, and on the left you can level them up to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. What
Yeah.
you do is you unlock all 5. Once you've unlocked all 5, it costs 1 fragment to roll all 5. So what you would do is you unlock all 5, but you don't use the XP on them. And then you use 1 fragment to roll all 5. Because remember, you can get lucky and roll all 5 and end up with 2 skills that with an S or an SS or randomly. Once you get the skill that you want, whether it's an S or an SS, you lock them and then you roll again. So for argument's sake, let's say we unlocked all 5 and we rolled and we got one of them at the SS skill. We lock it. Now we then go and roll again, but we're now using 2 fragments to roll for 4. And then you roll, and let's say you get lucky and you get 2 of the skills you want. You lock 2, and then you roll again, but now you're using, I think it's 4 to roll for 2. The odds are better. I know the way Woody does it is great. You just unlock 1 and you roll. But remember, the options of how many there are to just get the 1, the ratio is higher. Whereas if you get 5, you're using 1 fragment, remember, to roll 5. And there are chances where you will end up with 2 or 3 of the skills that you want. May not be the highest level, but honestly, I got lucky one time. I done a roll and I ended up with 2 triple S skills that I wanted in the 5. That was a lucky roll.
You're missing
And remember,
the important part, though.
Yeah.
So the way Woody does it? You got to remember, you don't build purple books until you unlock all 5 of them. Then the purple books start to build up. That is something you got to consider.
See these double S's. I had enough for one triple, right? And I'm like, well, and I already had
What do you mean the purple?
this.
No, the purple books build. The purple books build up once you've unlocked all 5. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes. No, but he
Yes.
said that he was remodeling them 1 at a time, but he never unlocked all 5 yet. Correct? Is that what you were doing, Woody?
Correct, and because the reason I was doing that is because I was trying to build, not only trying to get lucky, but I was also trying to build have enough of these purple books for when I do get the 5th one done. It's gonna be, I had a triple, put it that way. So I had a triple, and I was able to go double S on 3 of them.
Oh, I thought you
Okay, so
unlocked the first
even
star.
if you roll, even if you roll, even if you have 1 or 5, you roll, you get the the purple ones. What I'm basically saying is, if you're rolling with 5, you've got a better odds chance. But remember, if you don't level them up, the great thing is, let's say for example, on the second line you have an S skill, and then you want to change it afterwards. If you level those skills up, remember it's random, and let's say for example on the second one you've got LR attack, and on the third one you've got something random, but on the second one you've leveled it up to level 10, and then you've went and gambled number 2 and number 3, and the LR attack that was on number 2 ends up on the third slot now, but it's a triple S. You've just lost that level 10 skill. That's why I always say, people always want to level up, but I always say, don't level up anything until you've got the skill you want. Once you've got the skill you want and you're happy with it, level it up. Because when you're doing random rolling, it can appear in another line. It's happened to me where I
No, you're
had
right. You're right. You're
I had one
absolutely
of
right.
them. I had one of them at level 25, and then I rolled the 25 on the 5th one, and I got the SS skill, but I ended up on the 5th one, which is level 1. And now you've got the choice to make. Do
Yeah,
you
that
keep the
choice,
SS?
that choice sucks. When you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's on the
And you
wrong
and you
line.
can't and you can't reset those skills.
Nope.
Whereas on the normal ones you can reset and get the XP back. On these ones you
Yeah.
can't reset.
That's what I wanted to know, if you would get the XP back. What if you traded out with the purple books? Would you get the XP back that way too,
No,
or no?
with the unrolled skills you never get anything back. There is no reset facility at all.
Wait. I think he's talking about the level itself. So whatever you roll, for say like if I roll this 15 right here, and I get a double S, that level 15 is still going to be level 15. It doesn't start
Yes.
back to 1. It's
okay.
these levels do not change whatsoever.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to you is,
Good
if
shit.
you've got, let's say you got level 15 on the number 1, and you've got level 1 on the 5th one, and they're the only 2 skills you need. Now, what I would do in that situation is I would just gamble. Especially if you have the purple books and you got 1,000 of them, the best way to do it is always have the purple book, gamble the first and the last one. If you end up with the skill that you want on one of them and the other one is garbage, remember you have a purple skill book to change it. That's the way you should do it. You would have a backup of a special one, especially when you're on the last 2. If you end up with a garbage one, but you've got the one, you then just change it. It saves you money in the long run, honestly, dude. Like, don't. That's why I say to everyone, don't level them up. Level them up after you get the skill you want.
That's good. That's a good note.
Sometimes it takes so long. So long.
I believe otherworldly skills are the most confusing.
I'll take all my skills. I'm trying to get that book to 300 so I can get that one that have a single S to a double S, and then start working on the triple S. Man.
I think if you're a spender, and if you're someone who does regularly buy packs, I know we've always said this, and I know Razzle hates this, and we know Kingsley is the most useless piece of officer there is. But if you're spending wise and you want to get these books, I think Kingsley is the best pack to buy.
Well, you don't even need to buy
money
them.
wise.
You don't
to
even
get
really.
the
You really don't even need to buy it though, man.
you
Like
get them
they,
for free, or you get them for free.
yeah.
But what I'm saying, let's say but what I'm saying, if you're short, let's say you're short. If you're short, go buy a Kingsley pack. Cheapest one to buy and just get the extras. Just roll.
No, never buy Kingsley.
You get them so much
you don't
for
buy.
free.
No, you never buy
No,
Kingsley. So what I'm saying, you never buy. Okay, here's a question. You don't buy Kingsley. You've got 3 fragments for Kingsley. You've rolled and you're short by 5. Are you gonna wait, or are you gonna just buy one of the Kingsley packs and get the 5 that you want, because you can roll and get the 1,000 purple ones?
I'm gonna wait 2 days and get 5 Kingsley frags.
You can tell we have a lot.
It really depends on how patient you are.
We have a lot of Kingsley haters.
Listen, I'm no fan of Kingsley. I'm no fan of Kingsley. I will never defend Kingsley ever, so don't ever think I will. I'm just saying, if you wasn't patient and you wanted to buy a pack and you didn't have enough fragments, Kingsley is one of the cheapest one there to buy.
And Loreline.
Woody, I'm glad we're on this subject. So I just got all my war officers to their 6 stars. I'm remodeling.
Okay.
When I get my first 1,000 books, what triple S should I get?
Okay, so Royale, which officer you talking about?
They're all of. I could pick any one, right? It doesn't matter, or should I pick a
No,
certain?
it does. It does matter. It does matter. So the way you should be doing your officers is like this, in order. And I'm sure that Goat can probably back me up on this. Tip was always your first officer you want to max out, then Zeus, okay, and then Alexandria because of reduction, and then Panda.
No, mine's are all max. I'm talking about. I'm already.
Well, I'm talking about the triple S's too. Because Tiff is your powerhouse, and then Zeus is a powerhouse too. So, it's gonna crash. Got to give it a second to reload. That's one thing about this game that they gotta fix. Is it crashing?
It's slower when you do it on your computer.
Hey, it's me. It's me. Bear with.
You got Diablo running again?
I do not have Diablo running.
What would you basically saying is the officer that you should go for first is similar to the method you followed before the unworldly skills, because you would have known which officer to get first. Your attack officer, so Tifa is going to be the one that you want to get the unworldly skills on, because you want her LR attack, because Tifa has 2 LR attacks, LR cross nation and LR in nation. So they're the 2 main ones you want. It depends on how you're focused. So obviously, if you're playing a lot of cross nation events, then you'd want the cross nation first. If you're in civil war, then you probably want the nation first. So I always go back to civil war because there are worlds in civil war. It depends on
Yes.
where you need the boost. But
I've seen
common
people.
sense would always be cross nation first.
Absolutely. I've seen people literally destroy their account with officers just because they're in civil war. They like totally flip it. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't ever do that. Oh, but we're in civil war and I
No.
gotta beat this guy. It's like, if that guy's that strong, maybe you should join him. You know what I mean?
But here's a quick. But
Yeah.
in terms of your question about which one you should get, just bear this in mind. So let's say for example you've chosen Tifa, and Tifa's the first one you want to get, right? Download the skills,
Okay.
and you are patient. I would do what I said before. Get Tifa, so focus on Tifa, unlock all 5, roll, collect fragments. So what I say to people is, some people are really impatient. They get like something like 40 fragments or 50 fragments, and then they just start rolling. Don't, please. It's not worth it. Try and save them to about 100, 150, 200,
Goes faster.
then roll. Because what would happen is, let's say you have 200. So I usually do get about 200, which is basically buying for 3 days, 3 weeks straight of all the packs, and you get about 150, 200. Then what you do is you roll all 5. Remember, it's costing you 1 fragment for rolling all 5. Keep rolling until you get the skill. You need to make your mind up of what you're going to target. Are you going to be the player who's going to target SSS straight away? Or are you going to be the player that's going to be happy with maybe an SS or an SS double one?
Well,
So you need to make that decision first.
God, I think
Then
they
you
also
roll.
go. Hold on. I think they
Right?
also got to make before they start rolling. They got to figure out exactly what skills they want, what kind of player, what kind of build that they're going to do, because they can sit there and roll and roll and roll, and if they pick the wrong ones for the build that they're not trying to actually be, like if they want to be a void caster.
Let me share something to you on the chat, because I have a list. So if you're an LR player, I have a list of all the SS skills that you should be essentially getting
The one for the off.
for the special skills in the.
Yeah,
Let
they
me
have
send it
that
in the chat. One
website or
second.
whatever. And last time, Woody, you told me to get my melee health up because right now my long range is
Trying to
around
play.
1070 and my melee health
Yes.
is
Let me
just
send
under
it to
1,000.
you.
Okay, you said your long range is 1070. Your melee is what?
Just under 1,000.
Yeah, you want them to be a little bit even, and I would actually suggest making your melee HP a little higher than your attack.
So you would say Cross Nation Triple S melee health would be that first
Oh,
one to go
fuck
for.
yeah. Hell yeah!
Okay.
You gotta remember, everyone that's watching. The longer
Yes,
your
please.
front line stays alive, the longer your back line can kill or your mid line can kill.
Right,
And
right.
that is the most important. If like let's say that you think you're strong, right? You think you're strong. You're over 1,000, and for some reason you think you should be killing more, and you're just not. Well, start looking to see where your melee HP is, because what good is having high long range attack if your front line dies? And we all know what happens after your front line dies.
Right, right.
Everything else dies real
I
quick.
always tell everybody it's like having a big ass cock, but you only last 15 seconds in bed. So it don't make no goddamn sense.
It's true. So true. Okay,
I,
so
I'm actually having an issue with a particular troop, and maybe it's because I'm still punching above my pay grade, but tanks give me hell.
tanks give you hell.
Yeah, more than cannons, more than snipers, more than any other troop. That particular troop in general has a large effect on my when I'm attacking.
Tanks, fuck man. You talking about T13s or tanks in general?
Yeah, 12s and 13s, I guess,
Yeah,
because I'm not even at that level yet. I'm a baby.
those I'll tell you now, man. Those T13 tanks, they for one, they don't die.
That's my point, and they just last no matter how
Yeah,
much you hit them.
they and that comes to the fact of having high melee HP as well. Um, like I said, the longer they can stay alive, and the longer your back, the longer your backline just rips through them. But like for Tifa, these are my unworldly skills. Increase HP of melee troops cross nation. Like I said, that's always the first one I went for. Reduce damage taken from melee troops. I know some people will completely say, maybe not that word, but that's what I like. Increase attack long range troops. Increase HP for melee troops. Increase attack long range cross nation.
There you go. I've just shared it in the chat.
All right, let's go check these out.
Woody, have you ever rolled a triple S melee health or long range attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is possible, but it's just fucking rare.
Kind of, yeah.
Honestly,
Okay.
dude, I'll be honest with you. The one thing what you find is, if you're set up as LR and you're rolling for a triple S skill, you end up with a fucking MR triple S skill. And you're set up as MR and you're rolling for an MR skill and you end up with a fucking LR one. It's random and it's so frustrating that you end up getting the SS skill of the opposite thing that you don't even need. So yes, it's very possible to get them. Like I told you, I've rolled using the method I use, where I rolled one fragment for 5 in the beginning, and I ended up with the 2 SSS skills that I wanted in that one roll. So you can get lucky.
That way that you're talking about right now, that's the way before these purple fragments came out. The way a lot of people were doing it, like that was like the best strategy to do.
But the purple fragments even boost the strategy, because remember, what I'm saying to you is, if you roll, you still get the purple fragments. But why would you? So let's say you built up 1,000 fragments of those purple ones, right? And you're trying to, let's say you're trying to get the last 2 skills. Why would you waste the purple that 1,000 on the one skill, and then do it all over again on the final ones? Because remember, the final one's gonna cost you 5 per roll. Whereas the better way to do it is roll the 2, keep rolling the 2 until you get the one you want. Because if the 5th one is garbage, you just use the 1,000 to replace it. It's more cheaper that way. I know it's costing more to roll.
I see.
But what
I
I'm
see what.
saying
No, I
to
see
you
what
is,
you're
when
saying. Yeah.
that 5th, especially when you got the last 2, when that 5th one becomes a garbage skill, you just change it straight away and you're max. And remember, if you're still building up, let's say you're building those purple ones up, you just use it on another officer. Because remember, when you come to the 5th skill, it's the most expensive and the most bastard time, because you use 5 fragments.
So
Look,
true.
listen, I'm telling you, I went through 500 fragments to get my final skill, and guess what? Not even once did it give me anything higher than a damn SS. You know how pissed off I was.
You see exactly what you just talking about. Is like, let's say if I didn't have any of these triple S's and I just did exactly what you're talking
So
about,
in this
I would have got
officer
2.
skills, which 2 have you got left?
What's that?
So have you got any officers where you need 2 more skills? Because I can then give the example.
No.
Are they all triple S?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Woody. Can't even teach people anything because you're maxed out.
even my Zoo, I mean, even
Wait,
my Kingsley is too.
Your drill master has a double S, though, right? You could use
Yeah,
that
but
as
I
an
don't.
example.
Yeah, but I already used all those.
Oh.
No, you don't need. Already, you don't need to use the fragments. It's just explanation. I just need them to see it on screen.
Okay.
Okay, let me zoom in.
Caddy.
I just need you to find one.
Simon. Okay, you know what? I know. I got Loreline. How's that? There you go.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Loreline.
Okay, here we go. Look, so if you, what do you mean? It's max.
No, yeah, you're right.
Wait, I thought one of your drill masters has a double S. Was it
but
Maria? Was it?
I don't have any more the things for them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Woody, I don't need you to give me an officer that you don't need to actually do the role. I just need you to show it on screen with an officer that has a double S that you're trying to turn to a triple S. Do you understand what I mean?
Right there. Good.
Okay, here we go. Perfect example. So in this situation, you have increase attack, which is a double S on the first one, and then the rest of them are S's, right?
Yeah.
Now, in this situation, you can see that Woody has upgraded, the second one. So you are now not going to want to gamble that one, because you end up with a different skill in there. You're buggered. The third one again is at level 25. The last two, 10 and 17, maybe you can work with them. So in this situation, what I would do is I would lock the second one and I would lock the third one and I would gamble so I'd lock that one and I would lock that one. Okay. And then you go to roll, obviously with your fragments, which is the remodel there. And then
Right.
if you go back to the screen and then you'd roll. So what it would do, it would gamble the first one, the third one, and the last one. And then you keep rolling until you get the skill you want. Once you get the skill, you lock it, and then you use your 1,000 fragment to replace one of the garbage ones off, i.e. the 17. Because you've got 3 that you're rolling, essentially what you'd want to do have 2,000.
That would have been.
But
See, what you're exactly saying. When as soon as you said 2,000, that's exactly when I start changing stuff to triple S. Is when I have 2,000, or if I want to switch something. Because if I don't like what I switch it to, I'm putting it back.
But even in this situation, what you could essentially also do is you just lock. So out of the first, the third, and the fifth, which one would you keep? You have a choice.
I would get rid of the reduced defensive.
No, which one would you want to keep out of those 3?
Out of the 3 that are not locked in, probably the bottom one. Increase attack
Okay.
of melee troops.
So in this situation, you'd lock the third one.
Yeah.
And then you'd roll those 2. And then what you're basically aiming to do now is those 2 that you're rolling is just try and roll triple S. This is the gamble you have to take.
Yeah.
If you are a player who is targeting triple S and you end up with the double S of the skill that you want, save it. Obviously, if it's not that much of a garbage skill, the other one. But I would basically keep rolling until one of them turns into a triple S, and then use the 1,000 on the other one and turn that into a triple S. And that way you kind of get a double whammy, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a really smart way to do it.
Because what I'm basically saying, you're upping the odds of what you want to get, and you're sacrificing because you always have to sacrifice. But in the long run, it is worth it because you're building the purple books anyways.
Yeah.
So, but you've got to factor in once you come to the 5th one, that is when you are pretty much screwed.
That's why it takes forever.
Yeah.
That's when you hope you have that 3,000. The 3,000 frags.
That's why with the gentleman who said, at the beginning, how do I do my officers? Honestly, dude, if I knew what I know now, this is what I'm saying to you. Unlock all of them. Use the 1 fragment to roll 5, but make the decision of, are you going to... Because remember, a lot of people do this. They're like, oh, I'm just going to get S. Then I'll change it to SS. And then I'll go for the triple S. No, it will cost you more. Make the decision of where you are happy. Are you going to be happy with double S, all of them, and maybe some triple S's, or maybe all SS and some double S? Once you make that decision, then you just roll them and just stick at it.
See, the way I did it was because I just got Eric's 6-star probably like a month ago, right? And I had 1,000 frags. That's what I probably actually like 1,100, but either way, I had 1,100 of them. So I rolled all the frags that I had to get as much of the purple ones that I had, and I was able to land this stupid one right here, reduced defense of enemy biochemical zombies. But I kept it because it was a double S, and then I had the increased attack to mid-range troops. I was like, okay, I'll keep that too. And then I was like, well, I got enough for 3 double S's, or do I go only 1 triple? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get 3 double S's for now. And it was a game changer.
Also, please do bear in mind, just because you end up with a triple S of a skill does not mean that your city is going to be better. If you are an LLR player and you end up with a triple S melee or a triple S MR, and you're trying to make the decision, do you replace that triple S for the purple that you have that's LR? No, you keep that LR purple. Yeah. That bloody triple S melee or triple S MR is not going to do anything for you. That's where a lot of people make mistakes, especially people who don't know. They think, triple S means everything. No, it's based on your build set. It's not, oh yeah, just get the highest thing of something and that'll make my city better. No, you need to, sometimes the purple is better than the orange, and sometimes the blue is even better than the purple, honestly.
I mean, you're absolutely 100% right. Depending on what build you are, I mean, if you're a long range and you get a mid range one, yeah, that's probably not good. You know what I mean? You wanna keep that purple, like you were saying.
Mm.
You don't want to
It's,
cross mix it. Yeah, even though I have one mid range, double or single S, that's gonna get changed. I'm not a mid ranger, but it's
with you, Woody, what I would do is I would build up the frags, maybe get him to 100, save, lock number 2, number. So you'd lock number 2. So this for you, Woody. So I would
right.
lock number 2, lock number 3, and lock number 5.
Yeah.
And I would just roll for number 1 and number 4 until you get one of them at the S you want, and then just use the 1,000 books to replace the other one if it's garbage. But if it's not garbage and you're happy to just have it until you get more fragments, then don't use it. Just keep it. But if you turn into like a blue one or something,
oh my god, don't say
then
that.
you just change. That's what I'm saying. That's what I would do in your situation. So next week on Monday when they come out, you're only gonna get 56.
Right.
I
And
wouldn't roll.
I'm
I
gonna
would wait
save those. I'm gonna save those.
Yeah, I would wait until the following week, get another 56 more, have 100, and better my odds.
I agree 100% with you on that. 100%. But I also still want to continue to work on my breakthrough. So I mean,
I honestly, I think you at this stage you should just level up the break score. Don't even worry about the SS, because your SS skills are really good,
yeah.
and you don't really need to do them. Get the breakthrough and then go back to SS.
Plus, with Selena is about to be hit, man, I gotta fucking start spending some money, some serious money on some to get her maxed out, because I only have, and don't laugh, don't fucking laugh, don't judge me. I only have enough. I got 256 500s, 94 1000s, 33,000s, only 350 of the 50s.
How much fuel do you have?
I used it all. I knew she was coming, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm using it now." Everyone's like, "Well, what about Frenzy?" Fuck Frenzy.
I think
I want it now.
Fuel is a good way to get the XP, especially use them after in events. The envelopes. I don't know when you. I think that's another thing you need to tell people, Woody, is hold on to the envelopes until you know when you should be using them.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's what I was telling actually in the beginning of this podcast is like the envelopes. Being that Selena is coming out, you want to save these because she's being added into the pool. There's a good possibility you might get 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 of them.
But how many days after is it usually you should use the envelopes after the office is released?
I would never do it the first day.
Oh no, definitely not.
Don't use them on the first day.
To be on the safe side, what I would say is after the office is released, maybe give it a couple of days.
Yeah, I would say like
3-4 days.
I was
5 days, or maybe wait until the uranium mine update is done. That way, an update was done, and then maybe roll after that.
Yeah, because Camel's expecting you to do that.
Do we know what day she's gonna be sold on? I was thinking maybe.
So it'll be at reset tonight.
No. It says, tonight. You're right. It comes
Tonight,
into the pool. It comes into the pool, meaning the envelopes in 3 days and 9 hours and 40 minutes. And
3 days.
Yeah, that's the pool. That means that the envelopes can possibly get them. But tonight it drops. It's going to be expensive.
So Saturday, right?
Saturday night, yeah.
So they'll be released. I think she will become a Sunday officer.
What? We had 2 people talking.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, the only good thing that I think it's sold on Saturdays is the skill books and XP. So that's nice that they're adding something that on Saturdays.
even though I hate using the gift box gifts. I hate it because it's a ripoff. I'm still right now buying them.
I think the first two are worth it. After the second one is not worth it. It is not worth it after the second one.
I don't know why officers part just not letting me click through my PC one.
Also, I think Selena will become a Sunday officer. So I think, well, for me, because server reset time for me is midnight. So I think Selena will become a Sunday pack officer, which means you'll get Selena the day that Panda drops. So it'll be Panda and Selena. And the good thing on that day is the XP and the skill packs release on that day. So you can essentially just buy them and upgrade her straight away that day.
I know a lot of people are actually thinking, actually saying in the YouTube chat, it's going to be expensive. They're just trying to get more. I mean, let's be real, guys. I mean, like I say this every single time people say scandal and stuff like that. Hey, man, we've been playing the first 2 weeks that you started playing this game. You already knew it was a pay to win game. So if you're still playing it, that's kind of your fault.
Oh
You-
God, the apples are cheap.
Yo,
like-
that is so true, man.
like let's be real. The first 2 weeks in any game, you can be like, not for me, and delete and not have any fucking your fucking what, C10, C15, C20, and not have any remorse about it, But like, if you continue to play knowing that it is a pay to win game, I mean, no offense, that's on you. That's on you.
Oh, dude, man, I got this guy who rambles on NC all the time, but the game's free to download.
So what?
free.
So is
So?
so is Pornhub, but doesn't mean we should play. We should watch it. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, it's completely on you, man. And I hate when people. Of course, it's going to be expensive. Camel wants to make money. That's their job. Their job is to make as much money as possible. It's a business for them. But it's our decision to buy the packs. I mean, it's like what he said. Oh, he's going to buy the XP packs, even though he hates the shit out of doing that because you can get them from zombies and so many other places. But he's going to do it because he wants to max her out. So. Yeah, I mean, we all have the choice to buy the packs or not. They're not putting a gun to our head. They're just releasing it, and it's up to you to buy it. So it falls on us, man.
Well,
it falls on us.
when you stop buying for 3 days, you get that message from Camel.
Exactly.
Hey, are you okay?
Exactly.
We miss you. Like, how did you know I was taking a break?
The funny thing.
But again, it's a business, right?
It's a
The
business.
funny
They're
thing
supposed to do that.
Yeah,
true.
I mean the funny thing I heard, the same guy who moans about, it's a free game. His next lyric was, yeah, but if you scout my city, you will see that I have all my officers at 5-star, and I've got gold equipment. I'm like, yeah, but where's the rest of it? Where's your SS skills? Oh, but this, but if I can't, I can't keep buying all these packs. I'm like, but then you're a free player. Like, what the hell? Like, dude, man, this is a pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
If you have to put your hand in your pocket, or you're gonna fall behind. And like, these people don't understand. Just because you've got a level 30 city that's got all the bloody gold equipment and all the officers, you don't mean shit. You are still a liability.
I mean, it sounds shitty, but I mean, a lot of people they don't know that. Like, they think, well, I've seen some people say that, hey, I'm a free to play player and I'm a 35. Okay, what nation are you in? Oh, I'm in nation 1 whatever. Okay, so you're a 35 in nation 100 and something, where everyone else is a 38 plus. What kind of damage do you think you can do? You were considered a farm in that nation. Like, let's.
You've also got you've got to give some of the free to play players respect. Though there are some.
I do.
When I say free to play, free to play doesn't necessarily mean that's it, completely free. Because at this game, you still need to buy the speed packs. You need to buy the weekly gold pack. So there are some kind of spending. But those most free-to-play players who do the minimal spend, they have cities, especially in our nation that's very old. They have cities that are 36, 37. After 4 years of playing or 3 years of playing, and you're not a 34, dude, you are it's not worth it. But it's we can't grow. What do you mean? I've had farms that were 35, and I used to maybe log into them like every 2 weeks. If I can do that on a part-time basis, and you're someone who's playing one city on a full-time basis, and you can't get to 34, no, you go fucking find another game.
But I have too many friends here. This is what I use this app for social media.
Yeah.
My friend actually became a C34 for absolutely he never bought a uranium pack, and he's about to be a 35 in the next 2 months because all he does is sit in the uranium mine, rebubble, and then uranium card.
Well, that
How
uranium.
old is your nation?
Wait, what was that?
How old is your nation?
We're in 908. I think we just made a year.
See, there you go. So if you can get to 34,
that's dedication. That's dedication.
In a year.
I mean, fuck, you got it for free. You can't that's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah, it is, and that's what I'm saying. So if one person can do that in a year, and then you've got people in my world who've been playing this game for 4 years, and they're not a 34 yet, and then I turn around and say to them, if you're not 34 by the time in 2 weeks' time, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then they cry about it. What, dude? I have no sympathy. I'm so sorry. Like yesterday, I hit some guy who was a C33, was on 38 million BP. Then one fleet went from 38 to 8 million. I didn't give a shit. But that guy probably spent the last 3 years trying to get all that, and it's gone in a second. But if I can do it, someone in Void can do it to you.
And you know what? That's a problem. It's like if you're not able to know the rules of your nation and know that, hey, I got a bubble, put a 1 day, not an 8 hour, not a 2 hour, a 1 day bubble 1 hour before, and then halfway in between rebubble it. You're messing with people that spend a lot of money into the game. That's the reason why they're spending money in the game.
Here's the trick about the bubble, by the way. So how people go, oh, we don't have one. I did cover the proper topic where I said you don't need to bubble. Technically, you don't need to. But if you did want to, look, I know time zones are different because some people's reset is like middle of the night. Like for example, for me, my reset is at 1 in the morning because of British time, because we went 1 hour forward. But it's usually not midnight. So I'm usually awake, but most of the guys are not. So what you would do if you're going to bed, you would put an 8 hour shield if you know that you are going to wake up on time by then. So you put the 8 hour shield, and then literally what happens is the next day you just redo it again, and you've met the 24 hours. For example, if you have purge, again you could essentially do the same thing. You just got to time it. You could use 2 8 hour shields which are free from the the Lions store, and you're okay because they cover the period of the day in Void.
So the problem, but the problem is people rely on their alarm clock, and they usually end up getting zeroed out. Oh, I slept through my alarm. Well, I mean,
Well, not really, because if you're able to see, this is the other thing I don't understand.
It
People
takes
are
30.
able to come and do their dailies and farm and stuff. You like clockwork, you come and do your dailies and farms and stuff, but then you can't do the other things.
Agreed, 100%.
If it's like Doom Monster, oh, you make time to do Doom Monster, and you make time to do, I don't know, Medici or whatever, yeah? But, when you want to attack someone, or you want to play Elite War, I ain't got time, family time. Well, fuck, you can do all the other stuff, so why can't you do this stuff and just make, like, a little bit of time for those?
I agree. There's something else I wanted to, because we all know how not Doom's Iron Grip, but the lady, the fucking girl, Mother of Doom.
Yeah.
The Mother of Doom. See, if I wanted to hit Mother of Doom and use all my troops, and get 1 point something trillion freaking points, that's a 5 day heal, guys. So what I do is you figure out if you're the top player in your nation, or even if you're not, just figure out exactly how much you got. I put what 15% of my fleet in there, and I'm still able to become first place. That way, I only got a 1 day heal versus a 5 day heal. Because 5 days, guys, that's in healing. That's quite a bit for just Mother Doom. You know what I mean? It's not like you hit someone.
I think you've got the other thing. So, for example, if you're competing in your world to be, first, and there are people very close to you. When I used to first play it back in the days, I used to kind of attack, heal everything, attack, heal everything throughout the course of the day. If I didn't want to use, heal
Yeah.
packs, so you'd attack, and then you just put like a 1 day attack buff, and a HP buff, and then you attack. And remember, if you put heal for 2 hours, Alliance can help you. If you're pushed for time and you can't do it over the day, then you'd attack, heal, attack, heal. So now I don't bother. I just attack, 10 times in a row with the same fleet, don't heal, and then just heal in batches. Because remember, Mother and Doom's on a Friday. If it's not a void or a frenzy, weekend, do the Doom, and then just heal in batches. The best way to heal in batches is, either if you're gonna be online for a couple of hours, then do it for like 2 hour batches. Because remember, your alliance people can help you with the heal, and then that way you're just doing 2 hour batches all the time. Or the best way to do it is, just heal while you're sleeping. So before you go to sleep, time it to when you're going to wake up. So let's say 8, 9 hours, 10 hours, put it a little bit extra because remember, your alliance will still help you. So by the time you've woken up, you might have an extra 15 minutes left. Either use some speeds or just wait the 15 minutes and then just redo another one, go to work, come back from work, you've got another batch. And it's a similar method for recruitment as well. I see a lot of people go into recruitment and just hit recruit, and it's like for 2 days, and I'm just like, what are you doing? You should recruit in a batch of 24 hours. Hit recruit, the last thing you do before you go to sleep or when you're doing all your dailies. So essentially, I recruit, just after reset. So I hit recruit 24 hours. So I know the next day I'm going to be back on at the same time, do my dailies, and my recruitment batch is finished. That's another good way of recruiting troops on a 24-hour batch rather than trying to do this 2 day thing and it finishes at some random time. Because remember, all of them are not at set times; they're all random times.
So my problem is like if I want to do Mother Doom is like I got 18 million troops, knocking on 19 million, right? So
Fucking
so just sending
Have you
it.
tried putting Brave Star in?
What's that?
Have you tried putting Brave Star in to save some 25% of the damage?
Eh,
Troops?
it doesn't really. My Brave Star is pretty low right now because I really don't.
Okay.
Oh, but you should all. Oh, guys, just remember, you should always use. So for the lady, always use Brave Star because it doesn't really matter about the fleet size. So when you're doing the Doom for the lady, use Brave Star. It does, lower some healing for you. And if you're doing the male, here's a trick. So when you do the male, use your Morgan and your Saki to send the feet. And I think it takes about 15 seconds for it to kind of get to the monster,
Yeah, it's
and then
15.
quickly change to Brave Star before it hits. It saves you some heals. It is annoying because you've got to do it 10 times, but if you are heal conscious, then always do that. Send with Morgan and then quickly change to Brave Star. But if anyone who fights and isn't, a high BP city, that should automatically be a habit for you.
Yeah.
Every time you send an attack, you change to Brave Star.
100%. But like I was saying, I got 19 million troops. One single hit with fully loaded, right off the bat, I'm looking at 18 hours.
Wow. Yeah, but
So
then I guess the way you
that's
do it is right.
yeah. That's why I cut it down to like 15% of my troops with no Titans. As long as I can still get higher than the next strongest player in my nation, I'll still get the rewards for first place.
The rewards are not really that great. I guess the rank one is more the recruitment speeds you get, isn't it?
No, honestly, I do it for the heals.
Oh, is it heals as well?
Yeah, you get what 18 2-hour. I think it's 18 2-hour heals for first place. I
Honestly,
think.
I'll be honest. I don't really these events like Mother of Doom, the Guy Doom, and Medici and all that. We've come to. I think with the newer nations, it's more important because you guys are kind of behind on development. But I think with the older nations, it's just another burden. It's just get it as quick as we can done, and that's it. We don't really even care if we're rank 1, 2, or 3 anymore. We just do it, just to get it out of the way.
Just get it out of the way.
I've seen to get better results with the mail, the iron grip, when I send just long range troops, sprinkle a little bit of melee in there, but when I send snipers and cannons, yeah, I seem to get higher results than if I send a mid range fleet or anything like that.
Oh, there's a schedule online. It really depends on your city build. But what I found, if you're an LR player, and especially if you're around the 38 mark, the best formation against the Doom guy, the male guy, is all snipers. So what you would essentially try these formations. So you've got all snipers, one shielder, all zombies, and your titans. No fronts. Don't send any fronts.
Okay.
So some people have got better results with basically all snipers, one shielder, max zombies, no fronts. And then some people have got a better result without the shielder. So same formation, just without the one shielder. So that's one option. And then another option is you add one stormtrooper in, which I don't know why, but basically you would put one shielder, max snipers, max zombies, and one stormtrooper, and no fronts again. And that would give you a good one. And if that doesn't, then you just take the shielder out, and that probably be better. It's one or the other, so it's either better or worse.
At my level at 41, I found the best is full cannons, one shielder, zombies, titans plane.
Yeah, because cannons are 13 though, isn't it? Because you're at T13 level. So if you're
Correct.
doing the T12s, it's snipers,
Right.
not cannons.
And I try to add one of the havocs, T13 havocs, and it went bad. I'm like, wow, okay, so don't do that.
It's so random. It really depends on people's.
Well, it was like a big number. It wasn't just like a little where okay, it was a big difference. So I was like, okay, I'm not adding that anymore. But
I think what you got to do basically. 1 week you just got to test the 10 attacks that you have. Because that week you're not going to get a good score. So use the 10 attacks you have of various different formations, and then make a note of the right one, and then the following week onwards, just then use that formation. It's all about testing, guys. Everywhere we test uranium, we test in frenzy. You just got to test and see what's best for you. No one set formation is always going to be the best for everyone. Everyone's going to have a varied city.
Yeah, depending on your stats.
Yeah, like even Medici. So, for example, another thing, just because I'm talking about snipers. So, when you're doing Medici, snipers, especially if you're T12, snipers is the best to have for Medici. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would always max out snipers. And, what I usually do is I just send 1,000 of everything else and max snipers. So, by the time I kind of get to remember you can use the little 40 gold and just skip the levels.
yeah.
So by the time I get to the bit where I can't skip anymore, I've already got over like 1 million, 2 million snipers. It makes a big difference. And then the other stuff will boost up your fronts and your mids anyways. So that's a good. So just bear in mind when you're playing Medici, again test, but you should always have a whole bunch of snipers. Lasers don't really do much, and cannons don't do much. It's snipers.
Okay.
So going
For T12, for T13, I think it's cannons.
It's cannons.
Okay, I'm a little behind you guys. I'm a level. I just turned a level 33 city, right?
So with the new officer Selena, when she drops tonight, Like I was saying before, you're gonna want to level her up pretty quickly. I can only imagine probably the max that you could be able to actually buy is maybe what 3 stars, 3.5 stars. Of course, those
Sorry,
purple.
keep cutting out.
Am I cutting out? So like when they drop it tonight, the Selena, right? The max stars you're probably gonna get is what 3.5, 4 maybe if you have a lot of those purple fragments, purple whatever you want to call them. But she's gonna be one of those officers that's gonna make a huge difference, guys. Like huge difference. Sorry, I actually hit the mic off for a second.
She seems to be.
Well, I mean,
she's gonna make or break battles, guarantee.
Yeah, the 2 second.
Well, especially with larger players, if you're talking about having basically a golden shield, the same as like Triangle Wars. That's huge.
Well, I mean, between the larger players, let's say you're going to make too big of a difference between each other, depending on what their build is, we'll say formation. We'll say formation. It's going to make a difference between their formation, but like medium players or like lower players, this will make a big difference between them.
Yeah. I mean, lower players like myself, we're locked in Civil War. Our R5, our leader, he passed away, and
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, JP, we're Nation 850.
JP, did he? Yeah, I remember I made a video for him and sent him some flowers. His family some flowers.
And so since then, we've got 2 guys, that are just wreaking havoc across everybody. You know what I mean? Whether you're even a stronger player or not, they just they tear each other apart, and they tear every alliance in the whole place apart. And we had been at peace for a little bit, and now it's gone again. But
now let me ask you, because I know that the JP City was able to be removed from the map, so you guys didn't have to suffer for Void.
But we kind of are suffering in some respects, because all his battle power that is there is still counting towards what we have. So when we're getting matched up in Triangle and all these other places, we're getting matched up based on his battle power.
Now so you guys, his sister was able to get it brought back into the game.
Well, the city's not there itself.
Okay.
But if you go into our alliance, his battle power is still there. It's like everything is still there except the city.
There is a solution to that, and I know you're not gonna want to hear it. You can remove him from your alliance, and you won't have to deal with that anymore.
Right.
But I mean, I get it. It's a sentimental thing. I get that.
Well, not just that, but JP was a whale, and he was a big spender.
Right.
So the alliance itself, all the tech is much higher than all the other tech in the nation. So, it's kind of a tough thing to look at, and I'm like, well, do we or don't we, kind of thing,
Well, I mean, the future of your alliance, if it was me and someone passed away and the city was removed from the map, so you guys didn't have to suffer in Void or Frenzy, I would remove them. But on the bright side of things is that the city was able to be removed from your map. That saves you guys from losing points and having to fight and try to zero him out like 581 had to do with Boss City. The difference is Boss would come back every once a year, reheal everything, and have to start all over again. So I mean.
Okay. Well, no, it's just a unique thing that came up, and it's like, well, how the hell do we handle this? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's solutions that I hate to say, and I know he said, like I said, it's a sentimental thing, but removing them from your alliance will eliminate the heartaches that you guys are having with trying to battle off in Triangle War, DLD, stuff like that, because at that point, that huge BP is no longer there. You'll get better matchups.
Yeah. Absolutely. And be more competitive.
Yeah.
But I will say, in a fun kind of way, we have got to go against some of the higher battle power players just to see how you measure up, which it usually isn't very good, right? Like I ran into Cash, I ran into El Professor. I'm like, all right.
I
Now
see. I see
I see.
I see Lumberg's in here right now. Lumberg, I don't know if you're busy or not. If you can put your 2 words about this new officer, what your thinks are. Is it going to be super super good, or is it going to be like the test it and see?
Greetings. Hey, Witty.
Hey.
I'm never too busy for you, man. There's a new officer?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, you know, the stats seem pretty cool, right? So for a drill master to give attack, defense, HP, that's a no-brainer to get, right? So that's definitely going to be very, very helpful for most players. The breakthrough skill looks pretty interesting as well. So it looks like a winner to me, but we have to test the breakthrough. I don't know what it says trapped and then the chance to miss. That seems like it would be helpful. The damage isn't going to be that great, but just the stats alone. Of course, nobody knows what the 6-star skills look like, but I imagine it's going to be similar to the other ones. So it might be either mid-range or long-range or melee attack.
Right. Well, if you're noticing from the animation, it's a 2-stage attack. So it throws the prism traps, right? And then it attacks. Which
the prism trap does damage, I thought. Isn't that what?
Well, the prism trap is what it isolates them and makes them to where they can't move from what we're noticing, because right there you got that gun with the cross through it, but then people are also saying that's a Medici one too.
No, I don't think it's as effective as the Warplane. If you're thinking that it prevents it from moving, I think it just does some damage and that's just animation. But
Okay.
I mean, it would just be OP if it prevents it from firing. It has a chance to make it miss. And we'll have to see. And in all of this, Camel does a pretty terrible job of actually testing stuff, as we've seen many times. So,
Facts.
At one point, it might seem like it's really, really OP, and they might nix it. So, don't be the first mover, would be my guess. Let Woody be the first mover. Let him test it out, and then you decide to buy it.
Damn it! Let Woody spend the money. Oh,
Woody's like has a timer set to when it becomes available and he's gonna buy it. Right?
I am, dude. I am. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to get it maxed. At least the level part of it, the 55.
Do you have enough books for that?
I do not.
I guess you might.
I do not. But I will do what I can to try to. Let's see. I think. Hold on.
I do have a question. Like, is there a clothing shortage? Where's the rest of her top?
I know, right? All the single men are enjoying this, but
it's a liability. Like, I play this game and then my daughter will open it like, "Daddy, what are you playing?" Like, I mean, this is ridiculous, guys.
I agree. But as for like the XP, I only got like 250 of the 500s, 95 to 1000s, 30 of 3Ks, and 305 of the skill books.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
Hell no, it ain't. But I'll probably get it to like 15 with that. Maybe.
What are your thoughts? You excited?
I am. I'm very excited. Put it this way, I've been working so many freaking days wanting to do a live about it, and I was like, you know what? I got off work. I'm just gonna do it. I'll suffer tonight. I'm just gonna do it, and I did. But I think it's gonna be one of those things that I think Camel's trying to somehow even out these whales. when I say whales, I mean like these high BP people that not even a whole entire alliance can zero out. So I mean they're gonna have to bring something into the game to even it out, to equal out those kind of players, like such as like Ronaldo. And I hate using him as an example, but or a great one. 800. They got 50 million troops, 800 million BP. I mean, there's no way you're gonna be able to touch them, even with like a whole entire nation.
Wow. Do you know, did they adjust the cap? Like, wasn't there a cap that somebody hit?
Oh,
They couldn't recruit anymore. Did they change that?
I thought it was 50 million. I thought it was 50 million. Can you imagine?
They're still growing though, right? So that means they must have adjusted the cap.
Well, let's where did they come from? 702. We'll check out right now. If it don't crash, because the game loves a crash. I think Ronaldo came from 702. I could be wrong.
50.
Bear with me, guys. 701, 70, 700, 702.
It came from 693.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see where they are. So
you have to go to a nation that it merged with. You can't go to 693 to see it. So that's
no,
why
I did not. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 780, right around that. It's still the same, man. You can see that they're getting ready to recruit more troops for Frenzy, because they're starting to delete troops again.
Oh, so he has to dismiss troops to. Okay, wow.
Yeah, they're dismissing troops just so they can get more troops.
Wow,
that's pretty crazy,
dude. I know.
Damn.
You could kill some off. I mean, wow. Okay.
I mean, but can you? These top players
can't kill them fast enough,
Yeah.
I mean, the only way he's gonna be able to kill him off without just deleting them is, by attacking that top guy. And even at that, it still might not be enough. This guy's just so insane strong that I don't know, man. They're crazy strong. If I went up against them in Void, no, I'm bubbled. Nope, I'm good.
Nice to meet you. Your city looks nice.
Good to meet you, Ronaldo. I always say his name wrong, and I don't mean to. But
do they still suck in Void though? I mean, I don't know that they win.
Well, I mean, I can't get into their nation to check and see what their percentages are, but yeah, from what I understand, yeah, they the treehouse guy, he doesn't really fight, but Ronaldo does fight. From what I was told from other players that's played against them. But I mean, officer 15.5, and after today that's going to jump up to like 16.5, or actually when his stuff gets maxed, it'll be 16. Like how did you can't even compare to that, guys? That's beyond whale right there. That's like I don't even know what to call it.
Astronomical. Yeah.
God level.
Yeah.
That's like Goku level right there.
Officers are pretty easy to max. I think he just did directors, right? That's. I mean, he maxed out his directors to like stupid stuff like that. That doesn't make a difference.
Well, yeah, I agree 100%.
Island is where it's really telling how much you've spent, right?
Oh, you want to see? Oh, dude, his island, 28,000.
Oh, good lord. Does he have a secondary island? Did they give him an extra one? To fit everything.
They should.
But I know that Jimmy Hoffa, he's already said that he's gonna eventually be stronger than him.
I went up against that guy in Polar Wars. That was a lot of fun.
So how bad did he bend you over?
No, not really. Me and him went at it pretty good, believe it or not. And I mean, I used the hell out of some buffs, but he beat me by about 100,000, I think. He came in first. I came in second.
So the last time I checked Ronaldo's island, he had two of these. So 2 theaters, one was at 15 and the other one was at like 10. 2 of the bars, 15 and 10. 2 of the water parks, 15 and 10. So I think you might have figured
How
out,
much money is it to get to level 15 for those items?
dude. Oh my god.
It's
So it's
expensive to
about
just get level
500
1.
bucks every one.
So a single one, level 1 is $500. Level 2 is 1,000. Level 3 is 1,500. Level
Oh,
4
it's
is
fucking
2,000.
idiot.
Level 5 is 2,500. Level 6 is 3,000. Level 7 is 35. You do the math, man. It just
I think it's even more than that when you
yeah,
get
yeah.
higher up, right?
Well, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, at each level you gotta get that exact same amount of those to get to the next level. Like if you need to get to level 5, well, now you gotta get 5 water parks to get to 6.
So pretty much each one of those is a fucking brand new truck.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
three, these 3 right here are probably a Lamborghini. Just saying. No.
Yeah.
This is impressive too. Look at his freaking this over here.
Shit.
34?
34. 34. I thought the max was 35.
Yeah, those are questions for like different group of people, man. 15, is that the max? I'm guessing it's the max since he hasn't some of the like the helicopter should be higher for him. So I'm guessing is 15 the max?
I'm assuming. That's beyond me, man. Like that's beyond what I can. Yeah, that's beyond me.
Okay, guys, when we going Vegas, we gotta win the mega bucks.
Twice.
Speaking of Vegas, that's another one that's freaking super big too.
Fucking, I'm up against. If we win, we go up against him in fucking DOD, and I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I'd want to.
Yeah.
My thoughts about so the merger, Lumberg. You know about the Vegas merger. They got merged with 2 other C41s and a 40. So now they got 6 C41s, a 40, a whole bunch of 39s and 38s. It's like, oh, there's not a single person in this globe or the next, up or down, other than 555 that can even compare to even have a chance. And I'm not talking shit about them. I mean, not at all.
Yeah.
They're super strong, but
I am. Fuck them.
I foresee them probably getting matched up with 555 eventually because there's no other nations that have 641s. At least not.
So they got the merger they wanted, like
Yeah.
after he rejected it and finally got it. Okay. Well, he spends enough for a royal.
How's that work? Do they contact you ahead of time and you agree on terms, or how's that?
So now it's not been 100% clear that that's what the handpick merger that they got. It's just I don't know, 2 more really strong 41s added to it. It kind of seems like it might have been, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, shit, if you're able to get it, if I was able to get it, someone else was able to get it, more power to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, more power to you. But I mean, handpicked mergers. I mean, you're talking money, man. Like it's not just hey, I want this, and you haven't spent a penny and you get it. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
I think
So, Woody, with these super nations that are starting to become more of a thing, shouldn't Camel help out more nations and merge more stronger nations to fight these other nations? I mean, they kind of gotta have some kind of balance, right?
So I mean, from what if you're paying attention to all these mergers that's happening, these super nations that are happening, they're actually going to be matched up with the other stronger nations. Like for instance, I get that 555 they're starting to see like the 200 nations now.
Wow.
Even though I think they lost their last one against what was it 200 and oh man I forget what it wasn't you guys, was it Lumberg?
No, we didn't play them.
It was a 200 nation that they actually lost against.
They don't really do well in Void.
No, but GC, watch out. Watch out in GC.
Yeah, they'll win GC. Yeah.
Who do you think? Who do you think could? I think those nations that are being supermerged, they're being built to fight nations like yours, Lumberg, like the older nations, or I call it the ancient nations. I know that some people take offense to that, and I'm sorry, but you know you got new, old, ancient, and I'm not going to call them dust because they're not dust.
Yeah.
How would what would your strategy be against a nation like that, Lumberg? If you don't mind me asking.
I mean, unless they like, so if they actually like use the tools and work together and attack in a group and not just try to go Rambo, right? So they'll do pretty well. But what we've noticed in fighting those nations is that the problem with merging so many times and so frequently is that there's not a lot of cohesion, right? It's like it's a fest of getting resources, so it's pretty easy to get points. Like their battle strategy, they might be getting better, but I just don't see a lot of like tactical advantage that they do. So the events that are lean towards spending and just like not group participation, they can just get through it easily. Like GC, I think they like it's and a lot of those players are afraid to lose their BP, right? Um so they're in the past I found them easy to beat, but that's because we have what 2 years of playing on them. I'm sure it's
You guys
harder
got
for
chemistry.
nations.
Oh, I know that. I was talking to someone that actually. Hold on, share my screen again. I think my game's gonna crash. But I was talking to someone that actually. He changed his VPN and he was able to show some of the stuff, the reports that came from 555 just past Void, and they were able to put together like a 50-man hit on some cities.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same time zone.
No. Yeah, they were showing reports of that stuff, and like I'm just like, holy cow! Like person that had like 400 million BP was down to like I think it was like 150 afterwards.
Oh, who did they hit? What nation?
I
Gotta take a look at that.
I'd have to find that freaking report. Uh, I really hate going through personal messages on lives.
But I mean, it's completely unfair, right? I mean, this whole
Yeah, I mean,
they get merged more frequently. They get merged with more nations. They have cheaper packs. It's who knows? Are there real people there? Are there bots? I mean, everybody that goes against them spends a lot of money. It's not like we can rely on the game's integrity, or just look. They're masters at copyright infringement, so it's not another step to just actually just create bots and stuff, right? So I'm not making accusations, but I feel for the nations that are around them that go and fight against them. It's completely on unfair terms, right?
I agree 100% with you. I mean, it is unfair.
And there's no way to verify this, right? Yeah, I understand that the locked is a condition of operating with a great firewall, and that's not them, but they really don't take ownership over their mistakes, right? Look at all the errors that happened in Void. They said nothing was wrong. So I don't trust Camel at all, right? So I don't trust them to do things right even when they're caught. I definitely don't trust them to do stuff right when you can't verify it.
No, I agree with that. And I think we had actually had Jimmy Hoffa that came in couple. I think last podcast I had, and he actually he's in business with like Alibaba or whatever they want to call it over there in China, and he actually proved to us the pricing. It wasn't much. I think he said it's like what, like a $6 difference per 100 or something like that, or maybe it's $18 difference. But he did say that for say what you buy today, it's double tomorrow. So you just think about it like buy one get one free.
Oh wow, that's big.
He also said that they get an extra gift the following day.
That's
I don't remember.
that's the buy one get one free. For say if you bought $20,000 or 20,000 gold today, tomorrow it'll be 40.
Oh wow.
That's what he said. I can't personally verify it, but he says that he's over there. I don't know, but I mean that is big right there. It's huge. Imagine you buying, let's say $20,000 worth of shit one day, and then next day it's doubled. Jesus Christ. That'd be like Raz all over again. Sorry, Raz, love you, brother. He's probably watching. He's gonna be like, "You fucker, Woody." But the YouTube chat saying hello, Lumberg, and they're happy to hear you that you're here early in the morning.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock, man. It's not that early, but hello, everyone. Yeah, it's nice. I don't get time to make as much content anymore, but and I'm a little tired of the game too. So
Are
it
you
happens.
are you going to be retiring or?
No, I don't have plans yet, but just taking it slow.
Gotcha. Sometimes you'll participate, sometimes you won't, but the bubble will always be there. That's exactly. If I decide to take a break, I'd probably just stay bubbled for a little bit.
Oh no, I've been like zeroed 4 times, so like I don't really need to bubble anymore. It's easy to hide the troops now. So
What?
yeah, you don't really need more than one or two fleets.
What happened?
Oh, just civil war, and I forgot to bubble.
Oh no. Well, you see that makes you real deadly now. Because
yeah, I'm still a peasant, so I don't know how deadly somebody can hit me with a pitchfork.
You are not a peasant. Stop. You are not a peasant, Lumberg. You're not. I don't even know who the hell made that name up. There is no such. Players are players.
I heard you call him a peasant.
I did not call him a peasant. Do not say that.
Totally heard it.
Do not say that. I did not. Lumber's a good guy of mine.
Woody.
So, Lumber, did you check that picture out that I showed in that secret room? You think that's real or fake?
I did not check the picture. That sounds like a trap.
No, in the secret room of mine. The one that only very few people are in.
I haven't checked Discord for days, so let me check. I have 48. Let me check. It's nice. So this is somebody else's server. You got some traffic in here. Hello to all the new folks. Is that because I couldn't find your stream?
Yeah, this is in Rooter server.
Nice to meet you.
What's up, man?
This little thing right here.
Oh, that's probably a Photoshop.
That's what I was thinking too. That was what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's Photoshop. It is probably gonna be 6 heroes without a doubt. I mean, the slots are created. It's just a moneymaker. Why wouldn't you? The third slot, I think that's Photoshop. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna release that yet.
Yeah, I don't even know where it came from, but
that's actually like a 2-minute Photoshop. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, just like duplicate this, drag it over that.
Right. If it had some like actual hero pictures in there, I'd think it was legit. But yeah.
Don't say that.
They just created a slot.
Don't say that. There might actually be someone that does it now. No, but I think so. We'll agree that this is Photoshop. This is fake, guys. If you see it out there, just know it's fake. And I think it's fake, and I'll show you why I think it's fake. If you put a ruler or something straight underneath this one, it does not connect to that one right there. This one's high right there. You look at the edge right here. That's cornered. These are also rounded on this side. That one's round. That one's round. That one's cornered. So this is fake. But in the future, when they do decide to bring these other two, is this will be what it looks like, with actual heroes there or officers there. But this, when you see it, guys, and I'm sure you will, just know it's fake. All right, I'm closing it. All
Hey,
right.
Woody, do you like the new battleground? The way it looks.
What, the polar invasion?
No, like when you go into your battles, nobody ever really brought it up. I like it. It looks nice. It's more clean.
Wait a
Like
You know
minute.
what I'm talking about? Like go to a battle and watch your battle, and then the background, like it's different, right, from what it was before.
Well, let me go into.
Yeah.
We'll just replay this one.
Yeah, you see, like the whole background, like that's all different, right? It's more
Yeah.
clean and looks more realistic.
Well, I mean,
I
I have
honestly
never
can't even
paid
tell you the
attention in 4
difference.
years.
I honestly I didn't pay attention.
It's
Yeah, it
different.
happened like I think like 2 updates back. They changed it.
I thought I noticed a background change a couple of updates ago too, but I thought I might have been crazy at that time.
I mean, it kind of looks the same, but in 4K now,
Okay, yeah, you could say that too.
or Camel's version 2K. I will
Most
say
likely, the last picture background was copyrighted, and then they just used AI to generate one.
that would make sense too.
My weirdest thing is still I remember like my first video that I uploaded was tower defense, and it had their music playing, and it got a copyright claim because it wasn't even from them. Like they even stole the music, and that's when I knew like wow, like yeah, copyright doesn't matter.
Well, I'm happy that this is at the end of the stream and not in the beginning.
No, it's true, man. You can look it up.
No, I agree. I agree. No, it's just like the name AOZ. They remember how it used to be called AOZ and now it's AOO.
That's right. And just these thoughts are my thoughts, not Woody. I am an uninvited guest here. So for those of you listening, don't get him
He
in
doesn't even
trouble.
go here.
This
You can get
this
me in
not Woody.
trouble.
This not Woody channel.
He plays Candy Crush.
Yeah, thank you for verifying that one, Lumberg.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh
They
shit.
love me. They know me.
Oh yeah, they know you all right. They know you very well, very very well. We have. It looked like there's gonna be a new YouTuber that's gonna be coming. So from what I understand, I don't know whether it's gonna be good. The guy hasn't shared his channel yet, so I don't know. Woody and I tried messing with you. What are you talking about in the comments?
Yeah, when you and I we did Medici on my 37,
Oh yeah, I have no clue how to do it with mid range.
and I was buying like everything with gold that I could, and we couldn't fucking get far.
Yeah, I don't know what troops you should use for mid range. Long range, I use zombies, cannons, and one shielder and titans and plane. That's it. That's what I use. I'm sure there's other formulas out there to probably get you further, but I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta ask the mid range monster. I have no clue either.
It
Yeah,
can get to 19, just not when I'm fucking doing it.
you should ask Bodizi.
He's not in here. I'll actually try to tag him.
Oh well.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I always see him getting first place in Medici, so at least quite a bit of times. Lumberg, are you ready for this new officer to hit or what?
I'm hoping. I'm not ready. I don't have enough elite orders saved up. I think I'll buy it with that first deal, but that's about it. I'm not crazy like you. So
I'm not that crazy. What are you talking about?
actually, after I buy it, I'm probably gonna still keep. What's the? I forget the blue hero. That's the female. She's gonna stay the drill master because I have her at 5 stars, so she's gonna probably stay for a while before I switch over to the new hero. I
Layla?
do enjoy the extra slot now.
Layla?
Layla, that's right.
What about Jimmy?
No, Jimmy's garbage.
I love how you say that. Jimmy's garbage. Poor
Oh,
Jimmy.
he's
We
gonna be
need more
my
diversity
new
here,
spot
there.
now.
I think this is gonna people are gonna reach in 2000 with this one. Their attack. But, anyways, I think people are gonna reach in 2000. Guys, we are
Well, it's not
literally
gonna be that
three.
high, right?
Well, I mean,
Guaranteed.
depending on worldlies, man. Like you never know. People might switch biochemical zombie attack or biochemical zombie boost and go if depending what she allowed. You know, if there's more long range skills and then reduction to long range, that'd be awesome too.
Why do they even bother putting clothes on them anymore?
I don't know.
Where's our
Don't say that
where's our
because the next one might not have any.
where's our naked Zeus or something?
Poor Lumber. Please tell me your kids ain't around right now.
No, they're not. They're not. But yeah, it is getting ridiculous. Like
They even gave her a booty, like a ghetto booty. They gave her a ghetto booty. Like,
now I have to.
she literally has like no clothes on. Like if you look from the side, there's like nothing there.
Loreline's still the hottest.
I don't
No,
know.
have
I
you
like
seen her? Have you seen her
Maria.
dance? Watch her dance. Look at that. Yeah, Loreline, all the way. Maria's a hoe.
Is she?
She's a hoe.
I like it.
I mean, she's got pink hair. I mean,
All she does is eat hot chip and lie. Fuck Maria.
Look at her pink hair. She's a stripper.
Actually, I think that's what she is doing with Maria. Just saying. And then you got Aeon. I don't know. We're here judging what the women look like, but no, I agree. They were going a little bit too far. I thought that when they did the whole Tifa thing, I mean that was okay, but I thought that was kind of like that might be a little the most you want to go, especially with the the spread eagle in the spin.
How's she gonna fight zombies in those heels?
They glow.
That's some bullshit. Oh, now she's a fucking ballerina. Wow.
And she does.
Sorry, I'm having technical issues. Well, I guess the heels are probably knives, isn't it? That's what she's going to use as a weapon.
Just wait till they
Get eyes out.
Just wait till they release new weapons for the officers.
I demand an officer in a Speedo.
Be careful, you might get what you ask for.
I want to see Doc in a Speedo.
You might actually get.
I don't know how people are going to take this, but I think Camel are anti, gay, if that's the right word. Everything is geared to the man. A male thing. There's no
like the world.
There's no way. Yeah. Well, it depends who you ask. Obviously, there's Adam and Eve, isn't there? Not Adam and Steve, but some people still believe there's Adam and Steve. So I guess it depends on who you ask.
Well, I mean,
Steve can join and make it a three-way. It's fine.
Well, we all know that the world's flat.
Listen, you never know. We might end up with a tree one day, and you'll be like, "Oh, it's a tree. New officer of the tree that identifies as, I don't know, a drill master. I don't know."
Yeah, these animals in there are stupid.
Well, I gotta jump to the YouTube chat. They've already saying they're getting pissed. I'm ignoring them. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. And there's quite a bit of them. Holy cow.
That panther reminds me of Chronicles of Riddick when he was in that prison. Those damn things.
That panther's a cross between Chronicles of Riddick, Avatar.
Avatar.
That two little thing that they connect with. The little thing that from her hair. They bond with the animal, don't they? Somehow.
I think you might be right. No, as soon as I seen that, I was like, "Huh, that's from Avatar."
But then you've got Wakanda Forever on there as well somehow.
All right. Okay.
I don't know, man.
Chris says,
"Is that glitter on that panther? Is this a glitter panther? What the?"
I think that's the supposed to be the hair, but it's like not.
It looks like armor to me.
it's something's not right with it. You
No,
know,
the armor I can see, but it's like it's
right?
glittering.
The glittering like a transparent.
I don't like it. I think it looks weird.
Unless that's the way they wanted it to look, like a bunch of ants running around.
What's Catty's? Catty's dog's a tripod, isn't it? It's got 3 legs, right?
Are you
What?
no?
What?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got three
it's a
legs and a
tripod.
mechanical.
Whoa, I never noticed that.
Either did I. Wow, 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 wow. I never noticed that. Wow.
So
I just
we
saw
have a
one
we have a
over there
handicapped
with
dog.
off.
Too much
I have a
time
handicapped
looking at
dog
these
that fights
pictures.
zombies.
Wow.
These are details I never even knew.
Either did I. They pointed them out. Wow.
I think I read the storyline behind it. She found it or something, and I don't know. She looked after it or some nonsense like that. You know, they make up some stupid storylines for all of them.
Hey, it worked. You remembered it.
Like for example, for example, like I didn't even know Zeus and the other lady were twin brothers and sisters. Like usually when I used to see the Valentine posters, I used to think like they were an item, but for some reason they're brothers and sisters.
Oh, they can still be an item.
I don't think Camel kind of goes down that route.
No,
Camel's
no,
like
no.
straight
We
as
have
an
a pretty
arrow.
healthy.
It does not gear towards identification and all that nonsense that the world's going through at the moment. How people identify the reindeer and all that shit.
So Southern VT Grown says it's going to be a naked male officer for the ladies next, to get more girls to get more women to play.
They do have a semi naked one. You know, if you look at the Doom guy, he kinda is naked. Doom monster. If you actually go next to him and, you know, turn him around, not that I did it, but he's got,
Demoted
you know,
says
big ass there that they can see.
Demoted says maybe a Teletubby will be next.
I don't know. I honestly, I'm trying to think what they would do next. They put a friggin' warship in a fucking zombie game. What are they gonna come up with next? I
Don't say
honestly,
it. They might connect it to the other game in with that universe game or freaking space game that they have.
and then they have the zombies. If you look at the battle, the zombie is massive. It's way bigger than the actual human beings. It's like a giant zombie.
Hey Woody, do you know anything about the mini game center? Even though it's been saying coming soon for like ever since I started this thing.
Oh, we ain't gonna get it. The older nations ain't gonna get it. You think Camel's gonna give us freebies? We're just gonna die and go to our grave with
Dude,
free research speeds. That's all we're gonna get.
This was how I started playing the game from YouTube. I saw the commercial and then I realized this is not what the fuck I saw in the commercial.
This okay.
You know that YouTube video you saw. You know, there's so many versions of it. There's an actual sperm version of it. An actual fucking sperm version of that mini game.
Hold on. You guys do realize this game right here was caused by Lumberg?
Yeah, it was because of Lumberg. Blame Lumberg.
No,
Because of Lumberg.
no, Lumberg. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, Lumberg did it, and
No,
then they went
no,
and
that was
released that.
coincidental. Come on.
No, you made that one video about the fake game, the fake
It's
advertisement.
coincidental. I don't think so. I think it's
And
coincidental.
because of Lumberg, we have to fucking use maths. Not even a fucking normal game. It's maths.
Oh, you don't have to play it. I stopped playing it. It's
I'm just saying, this game isn't a game. It's maths. It's teaching you maths.
That's probably not a bad thing, though, right? Like given
Not really,
my
no.
kids.
I don't want to be back at 1 in the morning. I don't want to be maths at 2 in the morning. Fuck that. Oh, Lumberg, while you're here, mate, did you get around to doing that thing I asked you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What new officer are we getting now?
No, it's something else. Oh, speaking of, actually, I might as well just tell everyone. Not the actual, just something I found out recently. So, guys, I know a lot of us here, you know, we play our cities, we go on vacation, and, you know, when we're on vacation and things like that, you know, we do get people to look after our cities and stuff. You know, I'm not saying people, you know, people do it. Just so you know, I've come across something recently that Camel have in their terms is that we all know you're not allowed to share cities and all that stuff. We all know that.
Correct.
But
Yeah,
this actually
definitely.
comes
Yeah.
down to the point of if you're, just normal, normal innocent things that you do, such as you go on vacation and, you give someone to look after your city just to bubble it. If you do that, you void Camel's terms. So what that basically means in English terms is if you share your city to someone who, just bubble for you or do a few things for you, and then your account gets hacked later on down the line, Camel will not help you. They will throw back at you that you shared your city and you have nullified your terms with them, and they ain't gonna do fuck all for you. And the reason why I know this is because someone got hit really, really badly with that. They got scammed and they went back to recover their city. And Camel threw it back in their face saying, no, you gave someone else access before. And because you did that, we're not helping you. So this person lost their city. And the person who lost their city is like, 250 grand city.
Ooh.
Just so you guys know out there. So I'm just telling you guys, if you're
It's always
sharing,
been that way.
yeah, so if you're sharing cities for, to bubble and all that stuff, just bear in mind that if you get hacked or scammed later on down the line, Camel will not do fuck all for you. They will throw that in your face. So,
So
anyone who's planning to share, just be wary.
So they finally put their foot down.
Well, they
No,
fucked over
it's
this. Well, they
always
fucked
it's
over this one
Well,
guy I know
I
who
know
got
it's literally
scammed.
always been that way.
No, I know
Always.
that's the way it's supposed to be.
But
But
on the back end of that, we all know they're fucking hypocrites as well. I don't care if they're listening. I know they're hypocrites because they pick and choose who they help. If you're a guy who owns $1 million account, you have leverage. They will probably, bend over for you, or whichever. But you're the average guy. No. And for a guy who spent 250 grand on a city to be treated like that, yeah, I don't think the average guy is going to get anything out of it. If they genuinely do get scammed, and we see a lot of things, going around at the moment. People are getting scammed and stuff.
oh
So
my
just
god,
be
dude, there's
careful.
like that one thing that you've seen in Facebook groups now. That whole fucking free gold and free this and free unlimited that. It's like I keep on trying to kick them out of the group that I run, and 10 more come in. Like I don't even know what the fuck how to stop them. Like
The thing is, Camel, how they go on about how it shouldn't be, the forbidden word, essing, cities.
yeah,
But then you've got this whole Facebook group that has all these, and the people who post on there are just fucking stupid. They'll post all the details about this city. It's not that hard to work out the BP and the Titan BP and a few information about the city, and then work out which city it is. If they say, "Oh, we're Nation 300, and I've got this city for sale," and you can see the Titan power, you can essentially go and work out who the person is that's selling it, right? Camel can go and block it, but then Camel don't do shit like that. They don't go and block it. They pick and choose what they want to do and who they want to treat like garbage.
there was a city that actually came into my channel that said they were trying to exchange it, and it was from five. What was it from 596? No, 594. Anyways, it was the Morbius account, and I contacted Morbius. I was like, "Hey, you doing this of your city?" He's like, "No." So I contacted the person trying to exchange it. I got blocked and kicked from that room. I'm like, really?
Oh, there's a lot of people doing bullshit like that,
Yeah.
trying actually getting innocent people blocked. And it's like, come on, we can change names and call our city whatever we want to call them and copy someone else. But then come on, so dumb enough to fall for it. I don't even know what kind of people they have working there. Like absolutely just brainless people. Seriously.
Oh, they do. They really are. Like, for one, don't go to Facebook for that kind of shit. Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I know what you mean. But is it wrong for me to say if you do get scammed, you kind of deserve it? Is it wrong for me to say that?
Depends on what.
So, what did you say? What was the question?
I said, is it wrong for me to say if you fall for some kind of scam and you get scammed, that you kind of deserve
Yeah.
it.
Talking about
No,
for
but
buying cities.
you've also got to bear in mind, dude, that it's not. Yeah, all right. If you're dumb enough to fall for it, then yeah, you're just fucking dumb. But you also got to understand some people, like Razul's account got hacked. Some people do get hacked,
Yeah.
and they get hacked. For example, this instance that someone got hacked. Their Facebook got hacked. It was all saved on their Facebook. The person got access, removed him. And then basically the story behind it is they removed him, spent a little bit of money on it, and then Camel's term is provide proof of purchase as a proof. They provided 2 receipts for I don't know, fucking $4.99 gold they bought,
Right.
and now all of a sudden it's their city because they made the most recent transaction. But then this guy went and provided 6 months worth of receipts that equate to something like 50 grand, and they're like, well,
man.
no, something, we're not helping you. And the reason we're not helping is not because of the fact that we know the other hacker took it. It's because the fact that you shared your city to someone else while you're on vacation, and they shielded for you. And because you did that, you don't fall under our terms, so we're not going to help you. That's the stance they gave him. He sent me the images and the pictures
Wow.
of his exchange. They basically said to him, it's not the fact that you sold your city or it's the fact that you got scammed or hacked or whatever. It's the fact that you gave someone else access and you nullified the terms with us. So why should we help you?
Wow. Wow.
That is just a shitty response.
Like you would think that if you're like the original owner of it, that you just prove that you're the original owner and that would be it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe it's just it's happened so many times that they're just like, you know what, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah, but then, for example, we know high-profile cities. I don't want to name any names, but many
Right.
very, very big cities that have exchanged hands, over the years because
Yeah.
people move on. And you're telling me that if something happened to one of those,
Yeah.
you're gonna give it. No, you won't. You will not. You will be like, no, we need this one to kind of carry on spending. You know, it's a massive spender, and then you would help. So they pick and choose who they help. Unfortunately, the normal guys like us, and I use the word normal, the ones average guys who spend quite a bit and not as maybe the millions, they don't give a fuck about. So where do you draw the line? Like, how are you going to have terms that actually don't protect everyone? It just protects who you want to pick and choose to protect.
Yeah, that's hard to
You
that's
know,
hard to say.
And
that's
let me ask you a question without getting too deep into it, I guess.
mm,
Who he contacted over at Camel, right? There's probably 100 of them sitting at 100
mm.
desks. Maybe he got operator number 2. Maybe try it again, and you might get operator number 5.
No. So I'll tell you. So we tried the operator's way, and that was hitting a brick wall. Spoke to VIPs. These fucking idiots that call themselves Laureline and God knows what else their names are.
Right.
We spoke to them. I have a VIP. I reached out to my VIP, who basically was like, no, but you got to speak to support. Basically, the guy who's trying to get it back, he sent so many messages and emails, even requested management review, and the last 5 messages that he received were the same identical reply to every message he sent. They
Wow.
basically were sending the same message, not even answering the question, even said, come off the script. Tell me a proper answer. Tell me the reasons why. How do you validate the fact that this person provided proof that it's their city over me? No. This is the reason. Commanders, the basic one. Commanders should understand that sharing of games and buying and selling outside of blah, blah, blah is against the terms. That's just a genic bullshit they've been sending for the last 5 times. So, he got frustrated and he's like, fuck this, I'm not bothered anymore. But, he's bummed, isn't he? At the end of the day, the guy spent, a good, $250,000 on this account. He's an old player from World One. He's been playing the game for 5 years. When you lose and get screwed like that because someone hacked your Facebook,
Yes.
and they don't help you, what do you do? But this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm just mentioning it, because the community need to know.
Sure.
They are very, very strict. Even the small innocent thing of getting someone to bubble your city while you're on vacation. If you do get caught out later on down the line, Hopefully no one does, but we never know what can hackers do and what they do. They're not going to help you. They will turn around and say to you, shared your city, fuck off.
Yeah, that's.
Well, with that being said, guys, we're 3.5 hours in. I gotta get to sleep, so I gotta end the stream. I want to thank everyone that has showed up, watching, and everything.